welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna revise SPM Real Paper 2022 Paper 1. Okay, let's do it fast. Okay, I expect you guys will have some basic already, so I hope you guys basic is fine. Okay, I'll try to guide you through. Okay, but yeah, I hope you can, okay? This paper is quite hard. So my dear, big question what they say. Diagram 1 shows the mapping of function f such that p is a constant. Every single chapter before you start, you better know which chapter this particular question is going to be. Then only you know what knowledge to use it as. So when you read it, I think, oh, you guys can guess this correctly. This is quite straightforward. From 4 chapter 1 function. So guys, the arrow go like that. So the arrow go like that. You guys should know the starting side called object, the ending side called image, and they call it f. Okay, so now they say A, state that the object, they ask you to find the object. I hope you guys remember object, we call it X. Image, we call it FX. That's basic of it. So they want to state the object X, which has no image. That means object cannot link to image. So whenever they say no image, that means you are undefined. Undefined equivalent to not defined, or maybe you can say max error. So in what situation only you will be max error? Do you remember when you do function, right? Normally, okay, you see, these particular questions, they didn't write the equation out nicely for you, but you know this is X. They cross a bridge F and they become this. That means the question try to tell you Fx equivalent to 3p over 6 minus x. This is how the equation look like. Okay, without directly giving you, but they draw in the diagram. This is what you guys should know. So do you guys know whenever they are max error, do you remember under function, you always won't stop like that. You always will write something like comma, x not equals to blah, blah, blah. Now, why the x cannot be that number is because when x becomes that number, you will be max error. So the back part of this is always referring to max error. And this back part, actually, how do you guys write it out? You always refer to the bottom. So for those who don't know, you will base on the bottom, and the bottom forever cannot be 0. You can try to press calculator, like 5 divided by 0, max error. 6 divided by 0, max error. That means if the bottom is a 0 for your fraction, the denominator becomes 0, then there will be max error. Therefore, the denominator always cannot be 0. So think about it. Negative x, move it over positive x. 6 is still here. That means x cannot be 6. If x is 6, you put inside and see, 3p over 6 minus 6, 3p divided by 0. Isn't it? That means max error. So that means x cannot be 6. So this question just asking you, for this equation, which is exactly the one I'm doing, they're asking you, what x value will make it max error? Isn't it? We already did it. 6 lah. 6 is the one that cannot be x because 6 will make it max error. So you're asking me, what object won't have image? 6. 6 will be the one that won't have image because 6 will become max error. 1 mark. Okay, I will tell you where is the marks as well. So my dear, next one, B. Find the value for P. How do you find the value for P? P appear on top. So these questions, other than this equation, what else they provide? Do you guys realize they provide you 2 and 9? And 2 go to 9 crossing through the bridge called F. So from this, you guys should know the starting called object, which object called X. So X is always inside the bracket. You cross through the bridge called F. So 2 cross through the bridge after combination with the 2 and the F together. Isn't it the image come out is 9? So you must be able to write F2 equals to 9 by looking at the arrow diagram, okay? So if F2 equals to 9, how do you guys do it? So I hope you guys know F2 original name called FX, okay? I shouldn't use red pen. Red pen is for marking, okay? I use maybe green, okay? So green is not something you should write right now, okay? So Fx equation is this. So Fx equation isn't it 3p over 6 minus x? Isn't it equivalent to 9? Think about it. If Fx, you will write this green one. But if it's F2, so do you realize the x becoming 2? So rub off this x and this x should be becoming 2 as well. So 3p over 4 equals to 9. Divide, move it over times. Times, move it back, divide. Are you guys getting the P answer? 12. Ta-da! That. Here 1 marks, this substitution part 1 marks. So guys, just like that, this question worth 3 marks. Very easy 3 marks. Move on. So guys, if I'm way too fast, you just pause and then you just copy down yourself, okay? But I will go on with my own speed, okay? I skipped this video too long, okay? Move on. Next one. So next one, question 2, they say A, express P in terms of K, blah, blah, blah. Can you see a power? A power, that means this question is under Form 4, Chapter 4. Indices, surd, and logarithm. And power is normally under indices. So guys, for the A, I do here, yeah? They say express P in terms of K. Express P, that means finding P in terms of k, that means your answer will be p equals to blah, 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 k. So first one, they say x power 2k plus p equals to 1. When I teach my students, which you can find in my YouTube channel as well, every single questions for indices and logarithm, I forever start from same base. So do you realize this base now is x? I will try my best to make the 1 also base x. So 1 can become base x or not? Can. Because you learned this formula before. Anything power 0 will be 1. Therefore, x power 0 also can be 1. So, my dear, a power 0 can be 1. Isn't it 1 also can become a power 0? So, the 1, I will make it become x power 0. And in this case, whoa, isn't it they are same base? So, when they are same base, as long as you left side 1, right side 1, you guys can compare. Remember, it's compare. It's not cut. It's compare. So, this particular power will equivalent to this particular power. So, plus, move it over. No. You want to find P in terms of K, right? Sorry. So you're going to move on the K away. Plus 2K, move it over minus 2K. That, just like that. Getting this answer, you guys will be getting 1 marks. Next one, let's move on. Second part. A power P equals to square root K, A power 6. Okay, how do you guys do this? Same thing, start from same base. Left side is base A, right side is base A. I think all of them also under base A. But even though all of them under base A, but you know, the square root is a bit annoying. So I think you guys all know the formula that square root n. Okay, square root can become power 1 over 2. I hope you guys know about that. Then cube root will become power 1 over 3. So square root n actually can become power 1 over n. So therefore, this square root k can become 1 over k. Okay, then now you guys can open bracket. How do you guys open bracket? Now, this is the indices formula that all of you guys should know. When you guys open bracket, m and n combine together become a times relation. So 6 times 1 over k, 6 over k. Okay, until here. Wow, same base again. Left side 1, right side 1. Compare. Don't cut, Don't cut, It's compare. Isn't it the answer? 6 over k. Wonderful. Another 1 marks from here. Quite easy, right? Guys, all this is considered very, very easy already. You shouldn't even lose 1 marks from this part, okay? Later on, you will understand why all this shouldn't lose mark, okay? In SPM, B, they say, given that 3 plus 3 power y over 3 power 2 bracket x plus 1 equivalent to 84. Express y in terms of x. So again, you're going to find y equals to blah, 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 x. So first thing first, I repeat again, forever start from same base. So everyone base 3, maybe you tell me, teacher, 84 cannot be base 3. Maybe you can try. So 3 power 3, 27. 3 power 4, 81. 3 power 5, 2, 4, 3. Really cannot work. So cannot, what can you do? Actually can one. You know why? Because when you look at it, 84 is a pure number. And all this will come with unknown. But do you realize the 3 also a pure number? Why don't you just join pure number and pure number together? Plus 3, move it over minus 3. Do you guys realize it becomes 81? And 81 actually under base 3. So this one is under base 3. This left side, I will combine these two together. How do you guys combine these two together? Can you guys realize they are a divide relation? So I hope you guys know divide relation can combine together as long as they are same base. So divide, combine together, they will become minus. So guys, you can combine them together, y minus 2 bracket x plus 1. Now, this is how they become. So now, you can make them same base. 3 power 4 is actually 81. For those who don't know, you can try to press calculator 1 by 1. That is how you guys know lah. So this one, y. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times 1, negative 2. Same base again. Left side 1, right side 1, compare. So then this power will equivalent to this power, and you want to express y. So minus, move it over plus. Minus, move it over plus. I guess getting y equivalent to 6 plus 2x. Done. So guys, here you get 2 marks. Here, 1 marks. And the moment you can combine them and become power for another 1 marks. There you go, 4 marks. Done. Easy on this question too. Move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's move on. Question 3, they say derive. So guys, derive. 2022 SPM is the year that coming out a lot of derive. Okay, so SPM for 2022, a lot of derive, Derive is like the history of the formula. Like why the formula like that? You need to tell the examiner like how this formula being created. So how the formula being created is fixed one. So you're gonna remember how they derive. Okay, there's no other way. You're gonna remember the way. Okay, so this one is under logarithm, isn't it? Form 4, chapter 4. So before I start to derive this, you need to know about this basic. I need you to know how indices convert to logarithm or how logarithm convert to indices. I always tell my students 3 squared will equals to 9. Obviously, 339, right? Then whenever it become logarithm, remember, the base 3 will become 3. The one with power will move out from the gang. And then the 9 will move into the gang. This is always how they being convert. Okay, gotta remember this. With this understanding of, now you guys can do this already. Okay, how do you guys do it? So A, so you're gonna derive this, right, my dear? So when you want to derive this, you cannot start from log 1. This one cannot start from log and then suddenly able to derive a log out. No, you're gonna start from indices. How do you guys start from indices? You guys will let, okay, you're gonna remember, let n equals to a power x. You will let n equals to a power x. So maybe you tell me, teacher, why m? Why a power x, my dear? It's like that, okay? But never mind, I show you first. You listen first. So you let n equals to a power x. So these indices, right? You will convert it become logarithm. How do you guys convert it become logarithm? You will write log. The base you will write at the bottom. So, my dear, that now, okay, look, the one with the base, the one with the gang will be alone. The one that alone will mix with the gang. Okay, this is how you guys convert it. So show you guys another one. Then left. Another one is n. So n isn't it a power? That one use x already, ma. This one use y. So log the base a. So the one with the gang now will be alone. The one without the gang will be joining the gang now. Okay, this is whatever we have. So now combine them. How do you guys combine them, my dear? N. Isn't it can be a power x times a power y? Why leh? Okay, wait, I should write a times a, sorry. I should write n times n equals to a power x times a power y. Now, look, my dear, n, isn't it this yellow one? N, isn't it this orange one? So the yellow times the orange, isn't it will be this one times this one? Correct? So how do you guys times? M times n, mn. So for this one times, combined together, isn't it plus? For those who don't know this is an indices formula. Times combined together, isn't it will be a plus? Okay, so I combine them together. Once I combine them, I already can see the answer. I don't know about you, but I already can see. My dear, see, you try to have a log. So you see, your whole process, you're never using log. You're just using indices, okay? You're just using m and n to represent those people, which is both under base A. So everyone under base A. Just one, I call it X, one, I call it Y, okay? So one power X, one power Y. Then after that, my dear, I don't have a log, right? So I will add log. You can always add log, Left side add 1, right side add 1. So this is mn. This is a power x plus y. Guys, do you feel happy now? Because your left side already look like this left side. So quite obvious the left side don't move lah. Then the right side, I also can see already. You see, this power, isn't it can move in front? Isn't it I left log AA? And log AA is what? 1. Saw it? So I just left x plus y. So x is actually what? Y is actually what leh? Nah, here lor. X is actually log AN. Y is actually log AN. Got magical or not? And there's no other way to do it already, right? This is the only way. So isn't it once like that, I legit derive whatever they ask me to derive. Done. 3 marks, my dear. So derive the step is like that. You're going to remember the step. So show you guys, so when you let it, you will get 1 marks. This part, you guys will get the 1 marks. When you combine them together, okay, you will get another 1 marks. And then when you guys add a lot, you will get the 1 marks and you're able to derive. Sorry, I should say. When you're able to derive, you should get another 1 marks. This is where the 3 marks come from. So this is A. Let's move on B. So B, they say hence. That means hence means therefore, continuous from just now. So hence, find the value of u if log u plus 3 plus log u minus 1 equivalent to 2. So I repeat again, no matter it's indices or surd or logarithm, all the questions start from same base. So guys, now the base is u. This one base is u. You're going to try to make everyone base u. By the way, don't tell me what open bracket. Hello, there's no such thing, okay? You thought this is a times relation. No, this is a log. So cannot open bracket one, okay? You're going to start from same base. So when I teach my student this way lah. So this one log u, this one log u, this one log u. The two, isn't it don't have log. So don't have log, usually I tell my student add a 1. I add a 1 now, guys. You cannot add a log. Because you add a log, it's unfair for the rest of them. You want to add log, you must left side add 1, right side add 1. You cannot suddenly add for this person and never add for the rest. Like, it's so unfair, my dear. So you cannot add 1. But you can add a 1. Because 2 times 1 is still 2. Isn't it? I never add anything, never affected the questions, right? Why I like 1 so much? Because you guys learned this formula before. Where log AA will be 1. So if 1 can become log AA can be 1. Isn't it 1 can also become log AA? So therefore, the 1, I can write it become log UU. You want base U, ma? Log UU. So isn't it now everyone same base? Quite happy? Now everyone same base already. So after same base, remember the second rule, 1 to 1. So everyone same base already, but I'm going to make sure left side got 1, right side got 1. Okay, now my right side is 1, but there's a 2 blocking me. So the 2, I can move up. The power can bring down, the whatever in front can bring up. Make sense? Then how about the left side? The left side got 2, but I want 1. So what can you do? Based on whatever formula you just derived, isn't it plus can combine together become times? So this one already same base, right? So the u plus 3 and the u minus 1 will become times relation. And until this stage, you can again come back to same base, 1 to 1. Isn't it same like the previous question? Now you guys can compare. U times u, u square. U times negative 1, negative u. 3 times u, 3u. 3 times negative 1, negative 3. Isn't it equivalent to u square? Move around so that you're able to get the u answer. U square minus u square, no more u square. Negative u plus 3u, 2u. Minus 3, move it over plus 3. Times, move it over divide. Are you guys getting the answer? U equivalent to 3 over 2, 3 marks. Of course, the answer 1 marks. Okay? When you guys able to combine them, another 1 marks. Able to compare them, another 1 marks. There you go, another 6 marks. Done. Okay, now, my dear, should I put a circle? Not necessary. I just put 1, 1, 1. Okay, my dear? Done now, everyone? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move on. Question 4. A. Faye, buy a block of ice cube. You know what is cube, right? Cube is 3D shape. Ice cube is a 3D square. Cuboid is 3D rectangle. Okay, my dear? So this is 3D cube. So they say, on the journey back home, okay, the ice will melt. So the ice melt at the rate of this. My dear, you read until here, you should already know which chapter. If you don't know, that means you're basic. My dear, whenever you see the word rate, you should know this is under Form 5, Chapter 2, under differentiation. So I always tell my students, whenever you see the word rate, it always represents d something dt. I think my YouTube have a lot of videos about differentiation rate. Okay, you can watch it if you don't understand. So rate is always d something dt, guys. So now the rate is what? 5.5 cm cube per minute. Maybe you tell me, then teacher, this is what rate? Actually, they just say the ice. The ice, you don't tell me put di. What is di? Hello. Every single thing must be measurement. So they say the ice melt at this rate. Actually, they never say it's like height, radius, size, or whatever stuff, right? They never say. But actually, they have hint. How you guys know that, my dear? Based on the unit. Do you guys realize they put cm cube? Not much thing in the world can write cm cube. Cm square is what? Area. Cm cube is volume. So this is a dv dt. You know what mistake students still will make? They say the ice melt. You melt, that means you become smaller and smaller. That means you're decreasing. Whenever you're decreasing, you're going to put a negative. So it's necessary to put negative. No one will remind you one, okay? Then they say, determine the rate. Okay, rate again, guys. Rate, I repeat again, d something dt. So they're going to find the rate of change of the side length. So length never have any alphabet, but never mind lah. Let's call it L. This one I put it here, yeah. So my dear, let's say this one is a cube, right? Cube, every single side same one. So let's call every single side called L, L, L. That means you have to find dl dt. The side length, I call it L. You want to put X also can. Normally people put X, but never mind, I put L, okay? What I know, not important one, okay? So of the ice, at the instant when the side length is 15 cm. So guys, the side length, L, is 15 cm. Okay, this is everything they give. So normally I read the questions. I like to write out every single thing they say because if not, I might miss out something. So I hope you guys know all the rate question using chain rule. Chain rule is always something equals to something times something. So I always tell my students, the one that you want to find, you always put on the left side. Now you want to find what? dl dt. The left top transfer to the top. The bottom one transfer to the bottom. Isn't it? You left one top, one bottom, fill in the blank. What blank? The question only left dv. Isn't it? Put dv inside here. So dl dt, tatao. dv dt, will you sub this in? No. You know this question, what careless mistake you might have? 3, 2, realize it or not? 3, 2, 1. Oh, if you didn't realize it, these 3 marks, you won't get any marks, my dear. You know what? Do you guys realize this one using minutes? This one using second. Ho. If you didn't realize it, all gone case, my dear. So guys, this one is a minutes. So the minutes, right? You guys need to change it. The minutes, you guys need to change it to second. So how do you guys change it to second, my dear? So this one is already per minutes, okay? Per second, even smaller, right? So that's why if you want to change it to per second, you need to 1 minute, 60 seconds. So then you need to divide by 60. Then they will become per second. Okay, I should write like that. Per second. Okay? So negative 5.5 divided by 60. I guess getting negative 11 over 120 cm cube per second. Oh, I should put negative 11 over 120. Negative is your first careless mistake. Second careless mistake is per minutes per second. Can you see? Very tricky lah. A lot of trap lah, I would say. So next, how do I get dLdV? So dLdV, which one got formula? Of course, it's V. V stands for volume. Only volume got formula. Length where got formula, right? So volume. What is the volume formula for cube? So cube, isn't it, is always height times base times length. So now my height is L. My base is L. My length also called L. So isn't it L times L times L? Don't tell me 3L. Hello, L cube. Okay, my dear. So isn't it volume is actually L cube. So don't tell me, teacher, sub, teacher, got 15. My dear, who will sub now? You want what? You want differentiate. Differentiate dl dv. That means you're going to have v and l together. So you got v and l now. You should differentiate first. You cannot sub first. Once you sub, the l disappeared. You can't differentiate anymore. So you need to differentiate first. Outside is v. Inside is l. So when you differentiate, you call it dv dl. So by the differentiate, times and minus 1, nothing in front, 1. 3 times 1, 3. Power minus 1, 2. Got it. dv dl. Once you guys got the dv dl, okay, now you are free to sub. So then you can sub 15 now. So 3, 15 squared. I guys getting 675. But you won't sub 675 because 675 is dv dl. And what you needed here is dl dv. So guys, isn't it you guys need dl dv here? So how do you guys change it to dl dv? Nothing at the bottom is over 1. So 675 over 1, the balik upside down. 1 over 675. So here, you guys will sub 1 over 675. So this question, actually, you ask me, is it very hard? Not really. It's almost the same as whatever you learn for rate. But it's very easy to make careless mistake. So if you guys press calculator, answer negative 11 over 81,000. Wow, put a unit, cm per second. Yay, done. 3 marks. Where's the 3 marks? So guys, when you differentiate it correctly, 1 marks. When you do the rate, 1 marks. When you get the answer, 1 marks. This is where the 3 marks come from. Changing it, no marks. Okay, it's like, you should, my dear, something like that. Can move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move on. B. They say, given that d dx, this equals to gx, guys, this symbol, you know this symbol means what? Integration. So this is Form 5, Chapter 3. So that means Form 5, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 will mix together one. So my dear, under integration, I hope you guys all know about this. They write, given that this. Okay, maybe student will ask me, teacher, what is d dx? There's no d dx. Full name called dy dx. So next time, if you see d dx, it means the one at the side is actually the y, because full name called dy dx. And then if you open bracket, isn't it, they exactly will come back to dy dx. You guys see that? Therefore, please remember, this is the y. Okay, that one is a y. And then combination of everything called dy dx. Isn't it? This one is your dy dx. So your dy dx is gx, okay? That one is the y. This whole thing called dy dx. So first, how y become dy dx? Y become dy dx is differentiate. How dy dx become y? Is integrate. So when I look at the questions, I straight away know these questions, integrate is important. You ask me to integrate, definitely integrate is important lah. So my dear, okay, normally I tell my students, you better write it out, okay? You write it out, you will make things easier. So you know integrate is important. That means coming back is important, right? So coming back is important. That means you write out coming back lah, okay? I repeat, you no need to really differentiate. You no need to really integrate one. They just try to tell you, you differentiate these, you will definitely get gx. It's a fact lah, okay? No need to fact check one. So my dear, then you integrate gx, you will definitely get this. So now I know differentiate not important, integrate important, right? So I know integrate the gx. That means integrate the dy dx. I will get back the y, which is 5 over 1 minus x squared. Now, isn't it, this is a fact. This blue color one, isn't it, is a fact that you guys always can write out. So I always ask my student to write first. Write first, only start. Then later on, you won't feel like the question very hard, okay? So I repeat again, differentiate the y will become the dy dx. Integrate the dy dx will become the y. So I know this question care about integrate, so I know integrate gx, I will get back the left side one, okay? Now I can do the questions. Okay, how do I do this question? So under integration, I hope you guys remember, first thing first, you cannot straight away sub inside, obviously, okay, because they're not the same. So they're not the same, first thing first, the most annoying thing is the plus. So plus 3, what can you do? You do learn the formula that plus can actually separate. Now, my dear, integrate dx can slip to 2, plus right in the middle. Who is in front? 3. Who is at the back? 2gx. Okay? After you split it, but you still cannot sub because they're not the same yet. Still got what? The 2. So the 2 is a times relation, right? Plus minus, you must split. Times divide, you can move it outside. Times divide, you guys can move it outside. Okay, guys, I move it outside. Once I move it outside, guys, you should feel quite happy already. Why leh? Because do you guys realize this thing look like whatever I prepare at the side? So that's why I always ask my student to prepare first. Then when you do it, you feel like, wow, more confident. So it's very important to always do it like that. I always do like that, okay, my dear? So whenever you see ddx, you just forever write this down first. Then you write this down, only get start accordingly. So now I start accordingly. So this one, isn't it 5 over 1 minus x squared? Okay, plus, then this one, don't tell me, teacher, there's nothing to sub for this. Yeah, cannot sub, never mind lah. Based on yourself lah. My dear, how to do yourself? Integrate yourself lah. So guys, this one you cannot integrate because gx is a name. Name cannot do anything so you must refer lah. But the 3 is just a number. Number is not like you cannot integrate. So remember, integrate based on x. There's no x, that means x power 0. So integrate always start from power plus 1. 0 plus 1, 1. Divide by 1. Okay? So guys, power plus 1, divide, and then remember to write plus c. Only in what situation you no need to write plus c? When there's number to sub. If there's no number to sub, must write plus c. Student might miss the marks because you didn't write plus c. So now open bracket. Times fraction only times top, yeah? So 10 over 1 minus x squared plus 3x plus c. Just like that, done. Some student will ask me, teacher, need to combine or not? I see the answer is no need lah. So no need lah. So I will just stop here. So here, 1 marks, okay? 3 marks, right? So when you guys separate it and pull it out, 1 marks. You integrate it correctly, another 1 marks. There you go, 3 marks. Dun, 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 done. Can move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Question 5. They say the coordinate P and Q is this and this. Given that PQ is a unit vector, guys, so the word you should know already. Form 4, chapter 8, isn't it under vector? Okay, using vector triangle law. A lot of people thought like, teacher, what is triangle law? Super easy one. You always apply one. You just don't know that thing called triangle law. And then they say, find the possible values of Q. So, find Q answer. Got a lot of answer. Values. Okay, my dear. So how do you guys do this? Okay, first thing first, I need you guys to have this basic. Which you need to know when your coordinate is 2, 3 for coordinate P, right? You should be able to write a vector out. You're able to write OP. Do you guys should knowing or not? I don't know you guys basic. Okay, never mind. So my dear, for vector, right? Okay, for vector, you always write in this form, xi plus yj. Correct? Or matrix form, xy, column vector form, okay? So normally I like ij lah. I love ij more. So for this ij, my dear, x always means you walk horizontally. Y always means you walk vertically. So positive x is always walk right side. Negative x always walk left side. Positive y always move up. Negative y always move down. Okay. So now the moment they tell me coordinate P is 2, 3, I'm able to write O walk to P already. You know O is what? O is origin. So origin walk to P, 2, 3, right? That means is 2i plus 3j. Guys, because you think about it, I draw one time for you, okay? So this is origin, 0. So when the coordinate 2, 3 is here, 2, 3. Isn't it this part is 2, this part is 3? Make sense, So how O walk to P? Do you guys realize is walking right side 2 step, 2. Walking up 3 step. Wow, reach. Make sense or not now? So my dear, isn't it OP will be 2i plus 3j. Then now you also have the Q coordinate. So you're able to write OQ also. OQ, isn't it, will be QI plus 2QJ. Okay, I'm able to write OP, I'm able to write OQ. Okay, no need to box lah, just write for you lah. Then now they say, given that PQ is a unit vector, using vector triangle law. Okay, guys, do you guys realize they want you to do PQ? So I don't want OP and OQ. Actually, I don't want OP, OQ. I want PQ. So do you guys realize you see, I draw for you, okay? This is again something, no need to draw, okay, but I draw for you. When this is O, when this is P, when this is Q, isn't it OPQ connected together is exactly a triangle? So whenever you're using a triangle, that means you're using 3 alphabet to form an equation out exactly called triangle law. And all of you guys know how to form one. See, my dear? Whenever P walk to Q, because I want to do PQ, right? So P walk to Q, isn't it can be P, walk back to O first, and then from O, walk out to Q. Now, this thing called triangle law. because you are using a triangle shape to form this equation out called triangle law. Now, see, makes sense or not? P walk to Q. Isn't it P walk to Q is P walk to O first and then O walk to Q. Makes sense, right? See, P walk to O walk to Q. I can still reach Q. So isn't it still PQ? Or you can say starting with P, ending with Q. You see? Starting with P, ending with Q. So it's PQ. Okay? So PQ answer will be what? First, I need to have PO. I don't have PO. I only have OP. So PO and OP, the only thing is terbalik. So positive 2 become negative 2. Positive 3 become negative 3. Then OQ then? OQ is this, isn't it QI plus 2QJ? And no one stop answer like that one. Connect that. Always in terms of I and J, right? You should only have one I, one J. So I got 2. Combine. How 2 become 1? Factorize. Negative 2 plus Q. How about J? Same thing. Pull it out. Pull it out. This J pull out negative 3. This J pull out positive 2Q. Okay, guys, I got my PQ already. You asked me to use the triangle law. I used the triangle law. But even you asked me to find the possible values of Q. How do I suddenly find the Q? To be able to find the Q, guys, isn't it the I and J need to disappear? How the I and J will disappear? Actually, when you read the questions, I hope you guys realize this wording. Very important. They say what? They say given that PQ is a unit vector. You know what is a unit vector or not? A unit, that means satu unit. Satu unit, that means you are like 1 cm like that. But you're not cm, you're using unit. So they try to give you are 1 unit. So the 1 unit is talking about your magnitude. Do you guys still remember? Vector, you guys learn something called magnitude. And magnitude means distance. Distance means jarak. That means your distance, your jarak is 1 unit because you are a unit vector. That means you, no matter what, you are satu unit saja. So that means your distance is 1 unit. Okay. So if your distance is 1 unit, guys, that means modulus PQ. Do you guys remember? Okay, wait. Very scared you guys don't know anything. I don't know how bad you guys basic are. I feel like it will be quite bad. I don't know. So magnitude, okay, is distance. So magnitude, always the symbol will be a modulus. Do you guys still remember? This formula, SPM provider. So magnitude formula is this one. Square root x squared plus y squared. So modulus always means magnitude. Okay, very nicely for you lah. Now this magnitude formula. So now I know magnitude PQ. Okay, you tell me it will be 1. Make sense, right? You say a unit vector, isn't it magnitude PQ? 100% will be 1. So how do I do the magnitude? Isn't it use the formula? Okay, I write the formula first, isn't it? X squared plus y squared will equals to 1. Okay, sorry. Will equals to 1. Then where the x and the y come from? So remember, I in front is always your x. J in front is always your y. So that means your x is negative 2 plus q. That means your y is negative 3 plus 2q. Square root it. Isn't it equivalent to 1? You guys all see it? Then, my dear, the moment I write until here, I don't know about you, what you feel like. I feel good. I feel like I just move around and we'll get the answer because the only unknown I can see there is q. You guys see that? Move around. Square root, move it over square. 1, you guys square it is 1. So this square can expand it. Shortcut method, 4 minus 4q plus q square. Same for this one, square. 339, 4q square. Middle, 2 times this, negative 12q. Okay, guys? Now, let's combine them. 4q plus 1q, 5q square. Negative 4q minus 12q, negative 16q. The rest is number. So 4 plus 9 minus 1 become 12. Can simplify? I will, but I can't. So, yep, I will just press calculator. So first Q answer, I get 2. Second Q answer, I get 6 over 5. So Q minus 2, 5Q minus 6, equivalent to 0. That, I got the 2Q answer. 4 marks, right? Let's see where's the 4 marks are. Here, definitely 1 marks. The moment you do the magnitude formula, definitely 1 marks. The moment you're able to write out the PQ correctly, another 1 marks. And you know where's the another 1 marks? I see the marking scheme is like that lah. You write PQ equals to PO plus OQ, another 1 mark. So remember, always write the name. You don't straight away start like, like very smart like that. You might lose your marks because you don't write the name. Because they say using vector triangle law, you're going to write out the law. Like, you know, like you are using the law, man. Teacher, I'm using the law by writing this out. Can? Move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's continue. Next question, 6, they say. The variables x and y are related by this equation. So let me draw a box for you, such that p and q are constant. If a graph of y against x, guys, I don't know about you, I read until here, you straight away should know already, my dear. Form 4, chapter, what is it called? 6, called linear law, okay? So my dear, whatever they say, I normally would like to draw it out, because I don't draw it out, I always cannot imagine, you know, my imagination quite bad one, okay? So if a graph y against x, so my dear, you draw it out, they try to tell you y against x, agak like that, okay? They say it's drawn, it's curved, so there's a curve. I don't know how the curve look like, I simply draw. The curve will pass through a point called 1 over 2 negative 6. I know 1 over 2 negative 6 is not there, but not important one, okay? Just draw lah, okay? Whereas a straight line, so whereas there's another one. A straight line, okay? Of a, okay, wait, here, whereas, okay? A straight line with the gradient 1 over 8. So this straight line gradient is 1 over 8. So you can see it's slightly going up. Obtained when a graph 1 over y against 1 over x is drawn. So that means for a straight line, this one is 1 over y, this one is 1 over x. Okay, this whatever they say, I read only, right? Then they say find the value of p, find the value of q. Okay, don't know you guys basic about this chapter good or not, okay? This one called linear law. So linear law only got two things. Linear, non-linear. So linear, straight line. Non-linear, non-straight line. Just like that. So guys, when I look at this equation, I feel like this is a non-linear. How am I so sure about it? Do you know? Okay, wait. This one is a non-straight line, so it's a non-linear. This one is a straight line, so it's a linear. Correct? And I look at this equation, I feel like this is non-linear. Because all of you guys, maybe all of you guys don't know how non-linear equation look like. Because non-linear always will change one, okay? But linear, all of you guys know. Linear called what? Y equals to mx plus c. So do you guys realize this one doesn't look like y equals to mx plus c? Where got mx plus c like got fraction and then mixed together one? No. So I don't think they are a linear. So they are a non-linear. So now, this non-linear, guys. Okay, wait. This is a non-linear, right? So if this is a non-linear, they already matching their non-linear curve. So based on this non-linear curve, you do give me one information. You tell me 1 over 2 negative 6. So since they are matching, obviously the coordinate can sub inside. So the coordinate is exactly a xy. Because here you call it x, here you call it y. So it's xy. So you can straight away sub inside. So the y is negative 6. The x is 1 over 2. The x is 1 over 2. Isn't it minus 1? Okay? So 1 over 2 p. Divide, move up, become times. So this one is 1 over 2q minus 1. Slowly expand. Negative 3q minus, plus 6 equals to 1 over 2p. Okay? P will be divide by 2, move up, times 2. Okay, getting this. Equation 1. Why will I have equation 1? You want me to find P and Q, to find 2 unknown, right? I think you have 2 information. So here, I can get 1 information out. Where is another information there? So guys, don't tell me the teacher, this one also can sub inside. This one cannot. Because this is non-linear. This is non-linear. So these two pink color one matching. But yours, this one is a linear. You're going to have a linear equation. So is this equation linear? No. This equation is a non-linear. You know what you need to do first? You need to convert this non-linear, become linear first. How do you guys convert it? So I think you guys all should remember about this part where linear equation, they are not like that. They are not y equals to mx plus c. Okay? They are big Y equals to m big X plus C. So what is the big Y? What is the big X? It always depends on your Y-axis. There is always a hint. So your big Y for this question is 1 over Y. Your big X for this question is 1 over X. So you're going to have 1 over Y and 1 over X. So first, do I have 1 over Y? No, I only got Y. How the Y become 1 over Y, my dear? Actually, Y already got 1, Where is the 1? The 1 is actually at the bottom. Nothing at the bottom, isn't it? It's over 1. Makes sense, my dear? Empty, 1 lah. So, my dear, Y over 1, how to become 1 over Y? The easiest way is terbalik upside down. Y over 1, terbalik 1 over Y. This one terbalik, isn't it? QX minus 1 over PX. So, I flip them together upside down. So, once I flip it, I already got my big Y. Yes. Then my right side, a bit annoying lah. So, my dear, what can I do? Don't tell me you cut. Got plus minus, cannot cut one. So, cannot cut, never mind. Denominator only got 1, right? Denominator is share 1. You can split it. Split it. After you guys split it, isn't it X and X can cut? Once you guys cut, don't you feel like this Q over P look like the C? Y equals to mx plus C, the C. Because the C don't have X. So this one got X, this one no X. So that one should be the C. So let me switch their spot. This one I write in front, this one I convert it to the back. Quite nice, okay? Can understand or not? I need a lot of confirmation. If you can, you can comment at the bottom and tell me, really you understand or not, my dear? Or if am I too fast? Am I explaining too little thing? Because I feel like I want to do revision, I shouldn't say everything, okay? But I feel like I say quite a lot already, right? So I hope I already say until the spot that you don't understand, also I'm able to solve all your question marks in your brain, okay? So my dear, until here, you want y equals to mx plus c. So the c is quite nice already. How about the mx, my dear? So the x is what? You already know your big X is 1 over x. So this part, you guys will write 1 over x. So if 1 over x, you guys pull it out lah. In front, you only left negative 1 over p. That is what you guys have, okay? So do you guys realize it does look like y equals to mx plus c? So I repeat, this, okay, this pink color one is the non-linear. So you convert to this one because this one will become the linear. Okay, guys, see? This one will become the linear. So the linear, the linear will be matching with the linear graph already. That is the linear one, correct? So based on the linear equations, based on the linear graph, you guys know the gradient is 1 over 8. But based on your own equation, you know the gradient is negative 1 over p. By the way, I'm checking for you guys, just in case you guys thinking, teacher, you sure you this one correct? Correct. Because my y, my big Y is 1 over y. Isn't it same as whatever I need to become? My big X is 1 over x. Isn't it again same as whatever I need to become? So I'm quite sure I'm correct, okay? So my gradient is negative 1 over p. So I realize my gradient is negative 1 over p. But you tell me the gradient is 1 over 8. So isn't it that means 1 over 8 will equivalent to negative 1 over p? Yes, cross multiply. So cross. Isn't it p equivalent to negative 8? Yes, got it straight away. P, I got it. I will just sub inside my equation 1 to get my Q. So plus 12, move it over minus 12. Times, move it over divide. Negative, positive. So, hello. Okay, 20 divided by 6. Are you guys getting the answer? 10 over 3. Dun, 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 dun. Done. 4 marks. Where's the 4 marks? Of course, here 1 marks, here 1 marks. The moment you're able to sub in, you get 1 marks. The moment you're able to convert it, you'll get 1 marks. Convert and get the linear equation, you get 1 marks. Done. 4 marks. Can everyone? So far so good. Move on lap 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Question 7. I don't know what you feel. I look at it, I straight away know. It's my favorite chapter. Form 5, chapter 1, circular measure. That chapter students quite good on their basic. I hope yours is so good, okay? So diagram 2 shows the sector AOB, COD inscribed in the circle with sector O. So guys, okay, sector means pizza shape. So they try to tell me pizza shape AOB, this one, yellow one, okay? And COD, this one, COD, blue one, okay? The yellow one and the blue one inscribed, that means inside a circle with center O. So the center is O, yeah, okay? Next, they say, here, the radius of the circle and the radius of the sector COD is H and K. So my dear, radius of the circle is this whole thing, so circle means here to here is H. They say so, okay? And then they say COD is the blue one. Wait, I put color for you, COD is K, so that means this one is K. Yeah, I draw nicely. The shorter one is K. You understand, okay? Next, the length of arc. You know what is arc, or arc is the curve part. We call it arc called S, okay? So the arc of CP and the arc of PD are equal. So CP is this one. PD are equal. Okay, that means these two is the same lah. And if these two arc is the same, somehow they under the same pizza ma. Isn't it that means their angle is the same? I feel like I can get their angle already. One circle 360, what? 360 minus 240 divided by 2. Oh, you are 60 degree. I am 60 degree. Quite good. Next one. It's given that the perimeter. Okay, everything I read for you guys, they say the perimeter. The perimeter of the AOB is 15.235. Minor, okay? Minor AOB is 15.235. Right, first for you. And then they say the area of the shaded region is 8.376. Of course, there's a reason being why they give you all this lah. So I write out every single thing I can write, okay? Next one, they say pi using 3.142. So pi normally always using 3.112 lah. So let's start from A. A quite easy one, 3 marks. Find the angle COD in terms of pi. So guys, you're going to write out in your answer in terms of pi. Don't press the 3.142. So COD is which one? So COD. Oh, yeah, put a color for you. It's the blue color one. So the blue color one is this one, COD. So COD, I already know is what? 120 degree. So 120 degree, but they want what? In terms of pi. In terms of pi, that means in the unit of rad. How degree become rad? Times pi over 180. But remember, when you do it, you don't press the pi. So 120 times 1, nothing on top of, press 1 over 180. Right fraction, 2 over 3 pi rad. My dear, whenever you want to find what your final answer, the left side cannot be empty. Must write out the name of your answer. So 2 over 3 pi rad. Here you go, 1 mark. Okay. B, they say 6 marks or 6 marks or. Hence, calculate the value of h and k to the nearest integer. So nearest integer means what? Whole number. So you, even though you get decimal, but you try to convert to the nearest one. So round up, round down, okay? So find h and k. So how many unknowns you have to find? 2. How many information you must have? 2. Here 1, here 1. Exactly got 2. Perfect. Let's try to do one of it, okay? So first, my dear, I do which one first? Let's do area of shaded region, okay? So guys, the shaded region is this one. What shape is this? No name. So how do I find this no name shaded region? Isn't it I can use the big one minus the small one? I can find the area for this shaded region. Quite makes sense. I put color for you. You see, I find the yellow one. Okay, I find the yellow one. After that, I minus this orange one. Can see I minus the orange one. Isn't it I can get the shaded region? All of you understand? Okay. So by that, how do I do it? Sector. Sector area formula is 1 over 2 r square theta. So that is the formula SPM provided lah. 1 over 2 r square theta minus 1 over 2 r square theta. Okay, that red color is just formula. Now only I start. So 1 over 2. For the yellow color one, the radius is h. Okay. For the yellow color one, the angle is 60 degree. So 60 degree, remember, there's no sin cos tan, you must convert in rad. So this one, convert to rad, is actually pi over 3. Pi over 3. Okay. Minus 1 over 2. 1 over 2. For the orange color one, the radius is what? K. The angle, same, isn't it? Pi over 3. Equivalent to 8.376. Okay, I write nicely first before I continue lah. So by this one, pi h squared over 6 minus pi k squared over 6 equals to 8.376. Feel like got two unknowns. Never mind, I convert to that side first. Try to see whether that side can straight away get the answer or not. Can, then I just come back here, okay? Stop halfway is fine one, okay? But it's totally fine. Next one, perimeter of minor AOB, minor sector AOB. So AOB is this one. This one is minor. The rest is major. So minor AOB is the yellow color one. So wait, I put color for you. AOB. Okay, isn't it the yellow color one? So guys, they say what? Perimeter. Perimeter means what? Total side length. So total side length, isn't it? That means this one plus this one plus the curve equals to 15.235. Whatever I'm stating, very, very true, right, my dear? And this two part is what? The radius is h and h. So this one h, this one h. Then this thing called what? Okay, wait. This thing called art. Art, isn't it called S? S got formula one. S equivalent to R theta. Isn't it equivalent to 15.235? I feel like this one can get the answer already. So by that, h plus h. Okay, I write back. H plus h plus R times theta. So what is my radius? My radius for the yellow color pizza is h. The angle for the yellow color pizza is still the same as just now, which is pi over 3. Equivalent to 15.235. You guys all see that? Now can combine them together. That pi is 3.142. So 3.142 divided by 3. I write nicely for you. This is 1.0473h. So this one got 1h, this one got 1h, then plus all this. So 1.0473h plus 1 altogether got 3.0473h. Don't switch off your calculator. Keep pressing. Equals to this. So h answer will be times, move it over, divide. 15.235 divided by this. I guess getting the answer 4.9995. So I don't want this. I want nearest integer. H answer, isn't it? 5. Yes, got it. H is 5. And once you guys got the H is 5, I think you guys can continue to your area already. I think can get the answer already. So H, isn't it 5? This one, isn't it tatao? Should be able to get the answer lah. Okay? So should I make it all decimal? Okay, I make it all decimal, okay? 5 squared over 6 times 3.142. Guys, there's no space, I write here, yeah? So the first value is 13.0917 minus pi. Okay, pi k squared, I can also press. 3.142 divided by 6. Okay, I write by the same thing. Pi k squared over 6 equals to 8.376. So minus, I move it over plus. I like it become positive. Then this one, I might move it over, become minus. So 13. Okay. 13.0917 minus 8.376. I guess getting 4.7157. So divide by 6, move it up, times 6. 28.2942. Then times 5, move it over, divide by pi. Don't press the calculator pi, or press 3.142. I guess getting 9.0052. So K answer, square, move it over, square root. Got it. 3.0009. So you want the nearest integer, right? So 3. Done. So the answer is 5 and 3. So my dear, 5 and 3, agak-agak is around there lah. So my dear, there go 1 marks, right? So this part 6 marks, right? So the answer 1 marks, the answer 1 marks, definitely. So this particular working 1 marks, I remember this particular working part, they give you 2 marks. Okay, I remember the marking, the marking scheme is like that. And then for that part also, this particular working part, they give you 2 marks. So quite a lot of marks, right? Quite easy to get as well, right? So just like that, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Move on. Next one, 8. Okay, this is quite easy. The moment you look at it, you straight away know this under Form 5, Chapter 5, called probability distribution. And the bell graph is always under normal distribution. So 8, they say diagram 3, this one, just the standard normal. See, I already told you it's normal. So normal distribution graph. So on the diagram, they ask you to shade. So my dear, you're going to color it. Shade the region to represent the probability. Probability is the area, yeah? Probability modulus Z bigger and equals to A. Okay, this one quite easy to understand one, okay? So I write in pencil, but no need to show it for teacher one, okay? So I just teach you how to see. So first, guys, modulus. What is that? So modulus, isn't it quite annoying? So in Form 4 Chapter 1, you just learn modulus, you can bring it over to the other side, can become plus minus. But actually, can you just move it over, become plus minus like that? No. Because, my dear, they got plus minus, they got 2 answers. Do you remember under Form 4 Chapter 2, you learned before? Whenever you got bigger, smaller, okay, you guys got 2 answers. Normally, you need to sketch this. Look, all of you guys can understand what is Form 4 basic one. So positive A, you will put here. Negative A, you will put here. So now you are bigger than the other side. So when you bigger, you will sketch up. So when you look at up, can you see a bowl shape? No, there's no bowl shape. You guys will sketch the side. My YouTube also have Form 4 Chapter 2 basic. You can watch it under inequalities. This under inequalities, okay? So top, isn't it, is the 2 side. So my dear, that means these questions, you guys will sketch the 2 side. The 2 side of A and negative A. Done. Just like that, you sketch this out, 1 mark. Don't tell me, teacher, is it always sketched like that? No. Because sometimes maybe they will come out modulus Z lesser and equals to A. Now this orange, I use orange, my dear, but this one is not for this question. I just extra teach you. So modulus, bring it over, is a plus minus. Okay, so if they are Z like that, happy face, because you're a positive Z. You're not a negative. Negative sad face, but positive is always happy face. So positive A is here, negative A is here. So now you lesser than it. Lesser, that means you sketch down. So down, can you see a bowl shape? Yes, right? You will sketch inside the bowl. So inside the bowl, then this orange color one will be the answer if another one come out. Okay, so it very depends on how they come out, whether it's bigger or smaller. So this is how the modulus part look like. Okay, you just replay this part if you don't understand it. Okay, next one, B. Diagram 4, just a standard normal distribution graph, so normal, which is divided equally into 3 equal parts. Okay, so first one, they just asked me to find K. How do I find K, or where the K come from? The K come from here. So do you guys realize the K is actually a Z? So how do I find a Z? So my dear, whenever you see the word normal, they always come from this table. Okay, so definitely using this table. So the moment they want me to find Z, that means they want to find the outside. The outside is the Z. So if they want to find the outside, always they will give you the inside. The inside is what? probability of Z. So guys, do the question give you probability? Don't tell me no. They do. You know where they do or not? They never tell you what is the exact value, but they have a very important sentence. They say this. They say this particular normal distribution graph divided into 3 equal parts. That means A, B, C, all same size. So my dear, all of you guys know. All of you guys should know. I should say the word should, right? All of you guys should know. This particular bell shape, right? The total probability is always 1. So if 3 of you same size, that means you are 1 out of 3, and you are 1 out of 3, and you are 1 out of 3, because total probability is 1. So my dear, but then if you want to check the table, you won't write fraction. So I'll write 0.3333 because the table can maximum check 4 decimal places inside. So I'll write 4 decimal places. So 0.3333. So you guys can check using A, B, or C. But remember, this table only support the corner. I called it leg of mountain, small leg of mountain. So normally when I want to find a K, I will use the small leg. I won't purposely use B. B is the body, a bit hard. So A is negative K. I rather put a positive one. So I will put probability for C. I will using section C. So guys, section C, I remember, the 0.333 is the probability, right? You're going to write like that. Probability C is 0.3333. You know this part like that, you won't really write like that. You're going to write nicely a bit, okay? So probability for C. So do you guys realize C is this section? And this section is on the right side of your K. So you're going to write nicely. So probability Z bigger than K, isn't it, will be 0.3333. Usually they will give you 1 marks for this part. But now I look at the questions, only got 2 marks, don't have lah. But you better write like that, okay? So the blue color shaded region here is 0.3333. Okay, and that part is more than K because it's on the right side of K. So with this, right, now you guys able to find the K out. Normally when I teach my students, I will ask them to sketch 2 graphs, but this one no need because they already sketched for you. The K definitely is a positive. So now go to your table. Remember, it's inside. Find 0.3333. Let me try to find 0.3333. Don't have. The nearest is 3336. So how do I have 3333? So the 6 need to tolak off 3. But when I go to the tolak column, I cannot find 3 also. I can only find 4. So that is the nearest one. I will tolak that. So if I tolak 4, 0.3332. That is the nearest I can ever get. If you can get the exact one, it's the best. If you can't, the nearest will do. So isn't it, if I minus 4, I will get 0.3332. And that is the nearest I can ever be. So my Z answer will be first decimal, second decimal, third decimal. So answer 0.431. Done. 1 marks. Okay? Is that 1 marks? The second part. The second part, guys, they say what? The second part, they say they have to find the mode for part A. What is mode? Mode, you learn in mathematics. Mode means highest frequency. Highest frequency, that means appear the most. The one that appear the most. Okay, guys, look. They want mode for what? Part A. Please don't look at other part. Only look at part A. So part A, isn't it this purple color part? So for this purple color part, which one having the highest frequency? Can you guys see the word FZ? F stands for frequency. FZ, that means frequency for Z. So of course, the higher you are, the more times you came out, the highest your frequency is. So my dear, for my part A, the highest of it, isn't it, is this spot. Because this spot reached the highest here. Can you see? Don't tell me, teacher, this one reached the even highest. That one for part B, I talk about part A. So only look at part A. So part A highest, isn't it, is that spot. So that spot actually is what value? Actually, the value is negative K. So you already get your K answer, 0.431. So negative K, that means the answer is negative 0.431. That's how easy it is. 1 marks. Understand? That means I want the highest for this part. And the highest for this part is this one. So when you look over, it's how many times they come out, but they never give you the value. But I don't want to know how many times you come out. I want to know who having the highest frequency. Negative K is the one who having highest frequency. That. Understand, my dear? Move on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move on. 9. A. They say, drink water. A. You read first. Okay, A, they say, diagram 5 shows the conversation between Nash and Jack Wong. I read the English version. Nash, please collect the shoe size of your classmate. All right, sir. I know that the data is discrete random variables. I always laugh at this. Who would talk like that, right? So my dear, is Nash statement true? Give your justification. 1 mark, okay? Give your justification to explain one, my dear. So guys, when I read it, the keyword is discrete random variable. You guys should know. It's under Form 5, Chapter 5. It's probability distribution, that chapter again, okay? What is discrete random variable? Discrete, that means countable. Able to count, okay? So my dear, can count or not? Okay, now look. Nash, please collect your shoe size of your classmate. Classmate such shoe size. Can count or not? Can. My dear, if shoe size cannot count, how those shoe shop can sell shoes? My dear, like their stock unlimited, impossible, my dear. Isn't it shoe size for female normally? Let's say about Europe, okay? 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Then for boy, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, something like that, my dear. So isn't it countable? Maybe you tell me teacher got 0.5. Even got 0.5 also countable, what? Because 36, 36.5, 37, 37.5, 38, 38.5, 39. Still can count, right, my dear? So it's not like you are 37.1, 37.11, 37.111. That one called continuous random variable. But this one really can count. So yes, you are true. Because shoe size legit can be counted. So you're going to say yes. Okay, is Nash statement true? Yes. Give your justification. Because shoe sizes can be counted. 1 mark. MX, there's no half marks one. That means if you say yes without reason, I won't give you the marks. Or if you say the reason without yes, I won't give you 1 mark. So you're going to write both to get the 1 mark. Understand? B, they say, in a shooting competition, they fire N shot to N times. I don't know how many times, but maximum N times. And P is the chance of his shot hit the target. So the probability hit is P. That's what I try to say. Okay. Whereas Q is the otherwise chance. So otherwise, that means what? Probability of miss. So probability of miss, they call it Q. That's what they say. Okay. Remember, this is probability of one-time hit and probability of one-time miss. Everything is one time. Small p, small q is always for one time. Now they say the chance of his shot hit the target. We hear the chance of his shot hit the target at most once is 11 times the chance of not hitting the target. Do you understand now? Later on, I read for you, okay? Then now they say first one, show. Later on, write the word show. So they ask me to show this. You able to show this? You can write the word show. So now, how do you guys understand that? Now, my dear, this sentence is most important. So I want to explain to you guys the chance. Chance means peluang. Peluang means what? Probability. Chance and probability, guys, is the same thing. So the moment they say the chance, that means probability. So whenever I write probability, I always write probability with a bracket. I always put the description inside. So they say the chance of his shot hit the target at most 1. Okay, I write inside. Hit at most 1. Okay, you see, whatever I'm writing, it's not something I create one. I read only my direct write. Okay, my dear. They say is equal lah. Is means equal, right? 11 times means 11 times lah. Quite straightforward, The chance. The chance, isn't it probability again? Probability for what? Not hitting the target. Isn't it probability for not hit the target? This sentence, isn't it something I directly translate from the top? Correct, right? Okay, my dear. A lot of students, they say not hit, teacher miss, teacher Q. Wrong. My dear, I hope you guys understand. Every single sentence they write here is not for hit one time. They are trying to tell you they will hit N times. And out of the N times, at most 1 hit. Out of the N times, nothing he hit. Okay, my dear. So it's not hit for 1 time. It's not hit for N times. There's a meaning of it. Okay, please. Every single thing is under N times. They never say the chance of not hitting 1 times the target. They never say 1 time, my dear. Okay, they are talking about out of N times. Okay, every single thing is out of N time. So now what can you do? So the moment whatever you want to find is called X. So at most means maximum. So maximum 1. That means you cannot more than 1. You can less than 1. You can jun 1. You at most maximum 1, right? But you cannot more than 1 already. That's what you guys try to write. Write the symbol correctly. Must write with equal sign. And how about this? This one is not hit, no hit, not hitting the target. That means out of N time, nothing you hit. Nothing you hit, that means what? 0 hit lah. My dear, better both do hit. Don't one do hit, one do no hit, okay? So my dear, this one, you're talking about hit at most 1 time. This one, you're talking about 0 hit. Can you see? Every single thing I'm still doing hit, It's just this one is hit at most 1. This one is no hit at all. No hit, that means 0 hit. So every single thing is still talking about hit. So how do I do it? So my dear, hit how many times? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Isn't it? It's countable. Countable, that means discrete random variable. Discrete random variable, that means binomial distribution. So normal will have the word normal. I don't see the word normal, right? That means it's binomial. So for binomial, you're going to list out one by one. So bigger and equals, sorry, wrong pen. Bigger and equals to 1. Lesser and equals to 1, sorry. Include what? 1. Lesser ma. And then 1. What? Who is lesser than 1? 0. Only got 2. So you're going to find the probability for 1. Or, right, plus. Probability for 0. Will equals to 11 probability for 0. So you see, every single thing I write for hit, therefore these two can join together. All of them is talking about 0 hit. So plus 1 probability, move it over, become minus. So isn't it 11 of them minus 1 of them? Isn't it left 10 of them? Okay, this is everything I have. So once I have this, now I can start to use the formula lah. Hopefully you guys all know under binomial distributions, because they will have sequence problem. So we're always using this formula, try to arrange their sequence as well. So now let me try. So for this one, isn't it n times? I don't know how many times, but n times. Out of n times, I hit 1 time. The probability of hit, power 1. The probability of not hit, now look, is n minus r. So it's this one minus this one. So this one minus this one, isn't it, is n minus 1. Don't make mistake, 10. For this one, NC0. Probability success, power 0. Probability failure, power n minus 0 is n. Okay? NC1 is what, my dear? It's something fixed one, okay? I know you cannot press NC1. You can try. Like 5C1. 5. 10C1. 10. Then NC1. N. Easy, right? P is P. Q is Q. Power n minus 1. So how about this one? NC0. Anything C0, 1. Anything P power 0, 1. Isn't it? I only left this. Okay? I don't know what you feel. I feel good. I almost can see the answer from the top already. But guys, obviously this is Q, this is Q. I will try to combine them together. Times. Combine them together become divide. So based on what I said just now, the question, which question? 3, question 4, my dear. So my dear, isn't it divide? Under indices, that means the power can become minus. Now, when you minus more than one thing, please put bracket, my dear. So 10Q. N minus N, bye-bye. Negative, negative, positive. Isn't it? That is what I'm getting. So do you guys realize this one? Wow, almost same as the one that you asked me to show. So the right side same already. The problem is left side. So left side, they don't have P, my dear. So they don't have P, then what can you do there, my dear? So isn't it P is what? Probability of success. Q is what? Probability of failure. So I always tell my students, when you do something, it's either you success or you fail. So the probability of success plus probability of failure is always equivalent to 1. Therefore, P can be 1 minus Q. So isn't it the P can be 1 minus Q, equivalent to 10 Q. Wow, exactly the same. So proud. Show. Okay? So this one done. Let's move on to the second part. Hence or otherwise, find the value of P and Q. If the mean is 6, okay guys, they try to tell me mean. Mean is this symbol, U with a longer leg, in physics called micro. So mean is 6. Mean got formula. Mean formula is NP. So NP equals to 6. That's what you try to tell me. So my dear, now you're going to find P and Q. 2 unknowns, must have 2 information. Where's the 2 information? There you go, equation 1. Just now there you call it equation 2 lah. Isn't it very easy? You see NP? NP. Can straight away sub low. So isn't it I can sub 1 into 2. So when I sub inside, the NP sub inside, 6 equals to 10Q. So Q equals to times 10. Move it over, divide by 10. 6 divided by 10, I guess getting the Q answer 3 over 5. Yes. You asked me to find Q, you also asked me to find P. So remember guys, probability of success plus probability of failure is total together become 1. So you want to find probability of success, you're just using 1 minus your probability of failure. Isn't it your P answer is 2 over 5. Done. 4 marks for this part. So this one 1, quite easy. This one 1, quite easy. This one with the formula 1. And the moment you can combine them become minus 1. 4 marks. Done. All of you so far so good? If yes, I move on lah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Next one, 10. Oh, this one, they say a school bookstore is having a stock clearance promotion with involved 8 different pen and 10 different notebook. So only this product got promotion 8 different pen and 10 different notebook. Different not identical one, okay? Not same one, okay? Not similar one, okay? So now they say Envy, is it Envy? Envy will spend 24 ringgit in the promotion, okay? Envy is a girl, right? she want to spend 24 ringgit in the promotion. Table 1 shows the price of each unit. So pen I got 8. Notebook I got 10. Maximum you cannot buy more than that already, okay? So pen each pen is 2 ringgit lah. Notebook, each of the notebook is 4 ringgit lah, okay? So fine. Find the number of different ways. Guys, you should know. It's under Form 5, Chapter 4. So guys, Form 5, Chapter 4, that chapter called what? Permutation and combination. How you guys straight away know? Whenever they say find the different ways. How many ways is Form 5, Chapter 4? How many probability there is Form 5, Chapter 5, okay? So they say, find the number of different ways MD can buy the item. So she want to buy the item with 24 ringgit, okay? First one, if she want to buy notebook only. So if notebook only, that means no need to look at pen. So how many notebooks she can buy? Take your calculator out, 24, divide by 4. 24 divided by 4, my dear. Wait, I should maybe like that. 24 divided by 4. Okay, I should write nicely lah. Number of notebook. Isn't it? RM24 divided by 4 ringgit. Isn't it? She can buy 6 notebook. Correct, my dear? 6 notebook. Out how many notebook? 10. So isn't it 10 notebook? She want to buy 6 notebook. You know why is it C or not, my dear? Do you guys remember permutation and combination? Permutation, that means sequence not important. Combination, that means, permutation, that means sequence important, sorry. Combination, that means sequence not important. So when you buy a book, okay, let's say the book is green color, blue color, purple color. So you take green first, only you take purple, only you take blue. Next time you take purple first, only take blue, only take green. Important or not? No. Most important is you buy these 3 color. Correct, my dear? So the sequence of them is not important. Who first, who second, not important. So this question is a C question, my dear. Okay? If sequence important, usually is like alphabet, number, seating, and if they have the word arrange, then sequence important. So this one really not important. So it's a C question. So 10C6. So 10C6 answer 210. That this one worth only 1 mark with the working. Okay? Next one, second part, they say find the number of notebook is at most equal or to the number at most equal to the number of pen. So notebook I call it N, pen I call it P. So you see now the N, that means now you're gonna NV will buy the notebook and the pen, okay? But the amount, then based on what the question says, the notebook is at most. At most means maximum, cannot more already. So that means lesser, okay? At most, that means you cannot exceed that. You can maximum reach that, at most equal. Actually, I don't know why they want to say at most equal. They say at most also already included equal, but okay, at most equal. So that means notebook, maximum can same amount as pen or lesser than that, okay? Why don't we start from same amount? So same amount can be what, my dear? This one need to try and error, cannot do anything, right? Okay, so 24 ringgit, just now can maximum buy 6, okay? So if 6 notebook, then would be 0 pen. Can it be this? No. So that means I think this one, no. Next one, maybe 5 notebook. Let's try to find 5 notebook will cost you 20 ringgit already. So 24 ringgit minus 20 ringgit, you left 4 ringgit. 4 ringgit divided by 2, you can only buy 2 pen. So it's 5 notebook, 2 pen, okay or not? No, your notebook must be lesser than pen. So bye-bye. Let's talk about 4 notebook. Yeah, I'm going to check one by one. So 4 times 4, 16 ringgit. So 24 ringgit minus 16 ringgit, divide by 2 ringgit. Wonderful. Got it, my dear. 4 notebook, 4 pen. That is the first one. That actually I can do it. The next, okay, 4 notebook, 4 pen, isn't it? Notebook and pen equal. So they say equal can, so this one okay. How about 3 notebook? 3 notebook, 3 times 4, 12 ringgit. 24 ringgit minus 12 ringgit, 12 ringgit. 12 ringgit divided by 2, 6 pen. Can? 6 pen, okay? Okay, the pen can more than notebook. Notebook cannot more than pen. Maybe let's talk about 2 notebook. Okay, 2 notebook. So 2 times 4 ringgit, 8 ringgit. 24 ringgit minus 8 ringgit, 16 ringgit. 16 ringgit divided by 2. Isn't it need to have 8 pen? Okay? Do you think can 1 notebook or not? I don't think can. Never mind, I do for you. You understand why. 1 notebook. 1 notebook is 4 ringgit. 24 minus 4 ringgit is 20 ringgit. 20 ringgit divided by 2. Isn't it need to have 10 pen? Do you have so much pen? No. The moment just now I saw 8 pen, I already know that is the maximum pen I can have already. So isn't it this is the only 3 pattern I will have? Which means I either have 4 notebook, 4 pen at one time, or 3 notebook, 6 pen at one time, or 2 notebook, 8 pen at one time. Understand? So my dear, how do I do 4 notebook? So I got 10 notebook, I need 4 notebook. And 8 pen, I need 4 pen. Or write plus. 10 notebook, I need 3 notebook. 8 pen, I need 6 pen. Or write plus. 10 notebook, I need 2 notebook. 8 pen, I need 8 pen. Okay, let's press calculator. So 10C4 times 8C4 plus 10C3 times 8C6 plus 10C2 plus 8C8. Answer 18,105. You see how you say it? My dear, this one 1 marks, this part 2 marks. 4 marks. Done. Can understand what I say, right? You see, you list out one by one, you can one. It's just sometimes you guys just don't want to try an error. You guys just want to like straight away get the answer. Like how to straight away. I also do like that. You also do like that. Okay. Move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is okay, guys. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. B, they say. Diagram 6 shows an example of 5-character password formed by using letters and digits on a computer screen. So, guys, the moment you read like that, you straight away know this question is under very good. T questions, because you are forming a password, a 5-character password, okay? And the password are using letters and digits, okay? Like no symbol, okay? So fine. Find the number of different passwords. So guys, how many different ways? That's exactly P and C chapter. So first one, they say, if the first 3 characters are A8A without repetition. So first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A8A. So these 3 already being used, okay, my dear? So after these 3 being used, how about the rest of them? Okay, first, let's talk about what choices we have. Okay, what? Wait. Okay, let's talk about A, A, A. Okay, guys, sorry. Let's talk about what choices we have. So we only have letters and digits, right? So how many letters we have? Let's talk about alphabet. How many total alphabet we have? Common sense, 26 alphabet. So you thought there's only 26? No. You look at the example they have. You look at the one they already say. Isn't it A also got capital letter and small letter, these 2 differences? Therefore, actually I got 26 capital letters. I also have 26 small letters. Then how about digits? Digits we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So we have 10 digits. So we have quite a lot of choices. So in total, we have 26 plus 26, 26 plus 26 plus 10. Okay, we have 62 choices. So guys, remember, if they already say A8A, okay, so it means definitely A will take 1 seat. Capital letter A will take 1 seat. 8 will take 1 seat. Small letter A will take 1 seat. So 1P1 is actually 1. So it's not necessary to do when they're already fixed. Just do the one that they are not fixed, which is this 2. So for this 2, what can I have? I got 62 choice, right? So big A, small a, and 8 already used. So 62 minus 3, I got 59 left over. So 59 of them will fight for these 2 seats. So 59P2. I guess getting the answer 3422. Done. Okay, my dear. So this is the first part. Let me see the marks. Okay. This one should only worth 1 marks. Let's move on to the next part. Let me read for you guys. They say, the first character must be a non-vowel capital letters and follow at least 2 prime number placed adjacently. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 5, okay? Then they say the first character, the first one, must be a non-vowel capital letter. So must be a capital letter. Capital letter, but must be non-vowels. So non-vowels actually means consonants. You know what is vowels, right? Vowels is A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so A, E, I, O, U is vowels. Then non-vowels only left the rest of them, like B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, those, okay, my dear. So those consonants, capital letter. So consonant capital letter follow, okay, by at least 2 prime number placed adjacently. So guys, most important, see the word follow. Okay, never mind. We just focus on non-vowels capital letter first. So first, capital letter, we got 26. Okay, we got 26. And inside this 26, we got A, E, I, O, U who are vowels, which means 5 of them are vowels. So consonants will be 26 minus 5, 21 of them. Okay, so this one definitely there's 21 of them. Fight for this one seat. Okay, my dear, definitely is 21. So other than this 21, what else, my dear? Okay, then they say followed by. Okay, see the word followed. So you cannot be somewhere at the back one. No, you're going to continue followed by at least 2 prime number placed adjacently. So adjacent means next to each other. Next to each other means together. So you're going to think about all the case, my dear. Okay, cannot using tied together. Okay, this one got a lot of different case. Because someone you say at least 2. At least means minimum 2. Okay, cannot be 1, but can be 2, 3, or 4. Okay, at least 2 prime number. What is prime number? Prime number must be a whole number other than 1 that can only divide by 1 or itself. So my dear, let me write out all the number for you. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These all the number we have, right? So prime number cannot be 1. Prime number actually cannot be 0 also, because 0 divided by 1 can be a number, but 0 divided by 0, okay, okay, prime number you see, like 2 is prime number. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 divided by itself is 1. 2 divided by 2. 2 can divide by 2, right? Become 1. So prime number must be a number, can only divide by 1 or itself, and cannot be divided by the rest of the number. So 0 can divide by 1 or not? Can. You will get 0. But 0 can divide by itself or not? No. You can try to press calculator. 0 divided by 0 is max error. So cannot. So 0 is not prime number, okay? 2 is, 3 is, 4 can divide by 2. So no. 5 is, 6 can divide by 2 and 3. So no. 7 is, 8 can divide by 2 and 4. 9 can divide by 3. So no. So prime number only got 2, 3, 5, 7. Only got these 4 choices. Okay, so now they say followed by at least 2 prime number. So at least 2 prime number, that means you can have 2 prime number, 3 prime number, or 4 prime number. Why don't have 5 prime number? Because the back of them only got 4 choices. So it means it can be, listen, it can be consonants capital letter with 2 prime number, prime. Cannot. Wait, I decided to put here. Not enough space. So my dear, or it can be a consonants capital letter with 3 prime number, you see? Continue with 3 prime number, or, okay, this one I put a box, sorry. Consonants capital letter with 4 prime number. Isn't it? This is whatever you guys know so far. Wait, okay, with the 4 prime number. So guys, listen. So how do we do it? So this one, 21 of them will fight for this one seat. Do you still remember capital letter that who are consonants got 21 choice? Okay, 21 P1. Then for this one, my dear, prime number we got 4. Only 4 choices for prime number. So it's only 4 of them will fight for this one seat. 4 of them will fight for this one seat. 4P1, 4P1. Okay? Then how about this one and this one? Okay, this one and this one, guys, got a lot of choices. But next, I remember, this seat need to be careful. Supposedly, the leftover all can squeeze inside because they can actually repeat. But because you say you must at least 2 prime number placed next to each other, isn't it this spot cannot be prime number? Cannot be P. So prime number, so guys, look, 26 plus 26 plus 10 actually got 62 choices. Out of these 62 choices, these 4 cannot go to the 4th place. Because if like that, they will have 3 prime number next to each other. Then it was same as this one already. So cannot. So that's why 4 prime number minus off. So actually how many left over? 58. So this part will be 58 P1. I see the answer, they should already put 58 but I will write 58 P1. And then for the last one, actually the last one, anything. Because the last one can be prime number, can be capital letter, can be anything. So anything, that means how many choices you have? 62 of them. Easily choose 1. So all right plus. Next one, quite easy also. This spot got 21, pick 1. This one got 4 prime number, pick 1. This one got 4 prime number, pick 1. This one got 4 prime number, pick 1. This one cannot be prime number, remember. This one can be anything but not prime number. So I got 62 choice. Out of the 62 choice, these 4 choice, no, cannot. So if these 4 choice take it off, isn't it I left 58 of them? P, the last one. Okay? Or again, write plus. How about the next one? For this spot, isn't it 21 P1? So this one, this one, this one, this one, all is 4P1 times 4P1 times 4P1. Let me press the calculator down. 21 times 4 times 4 times 58 times 62. Okay, this one is, wow, 1 million something. The next one, 21 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 58. 77,000 something. Plus 21 times 4 times 4 times 4. I lack of one more. Okay, times 4. Isn't it 5,000 something? Add together. Plus 77952 plus 1208256. Are you guys getting the answer? 1,291,584. Done. Okay? So guys, this part, all this working here with this whole line, okay, worth 2 marks. This answer worth 1. Okay, guys, so just like that, okay? So this question worth 4 marks, okay? I hope you guys all understand. Let's move on. Next questions, 11. Diagram 7 now shows a triangle ABC. I totally can see that. So it's given that BC, BC is where? Here, 2 plus x. 2 plus x, AD squared. Wow, AD where? Never mind. AD squared is 1 plus square root 2. That's what they say. And then ABD is a straight line. Can see that? Show. Write the word show now. Show this one. Don't know what you feel. I also don't know which chapter this question under. Feel like it's third though. So my dear, I think it's under Form 4, Chapter 4. But sometimes you will never know until you start to do it lah, okay? So what can I do? Actually, the only information I see outside the table is this AD. So this AD, guys, is talking about this line. So I better try to find this line. But how to find this line? Actually, I already got AB. I feel like a bit curious of the BD. So can I find the BD? I think yes, because BD is under a triangle. So you want to find BD, actually it's doable. BD. See, this one is 2 minus x. This one is 2 plus x, correct? How do I find that? Isn't it for right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem? Isn't it the short one square plus the short one square equivalent to longest one square? So do you guys realize BD is actually the short one? So the short one square is always equivalent to longest one square, which is the BC, the longest one, minus another shorter one, which is 2 minus x squared. Okay, let's try to expand it. So this one, shortcut method, expand it, 4. X squared. 2 times this, 4x, put in the middle. This is a minus, you better put a bracket. Okay, so 2, you guys squared it, 4. Negative x, you guys squared it, positive x squared. Middle using 2 times this, negative 4x, put in the middle. So x squared minus x squared, bye-bye. So 4x minus negative 4x, it will be 8x. Then 4 minus 4, bye-bye. So isn't it BD squared will equivalent to this? So BD will equivalent to square root 8x. Even though don't know why I find that, but I find lah. So BD is actually square root 8x. Okay, so with this BD square root 8x, I think I now can sub this in. So you see, they try to tell me AD squared is 1 plus sub 2. There's nothing else you can do, right? I think now you guys can manually find the AD out. So AD, isn't it, can be AB length plus BD length. You squared it. Isn't it will be 1 plus sub 2, okay? So AB is square root x. BD is square root 8x. Isn't it, if you guys squared it, it will equivalent to 1 plus sub 2. So it? Now, my dear, some students will make this mistake. They will tell me, teacher, square root and square can set off. No. When there is a plus, cannot. When there's plus, minus, cannot, okay? So when there's plus, minus, cannot, but actually you can expand it. How do you guys expand it, my dear? You guys can actually expand it, I see. You can square, square in front, put it in front, okay? You don't tell me square, move it over square root. I don't think square root 2, you still want to square root it. So I think expand is a good choice. So square root x, you squared it, become x. Understand, no? Square root x, you squared it. Cut. That's only x. Square root this one, only left 8x. Okay, how about the middle? The middle isn't using 2 times this, which is 2 square root x times square root 8x. Okay, equivalent to 1 plus 2. Right nicely for you, ah. So 1x plus 8x, 9x. How about this one? So since this 2 is together under a square root, I hope you guys remember, square root a times square root b will become surt a times b. So this is what formula you guys learn under surt. So you guys can actually combine them together. So cert x times 8x. So it will become 9x plus 2 square root 9x. Okay, my dear? So guys, up to here, how do you guys continue it? So remember, this question, you're going to find the x answer, okay? So now, sorry, this is not square root 8x. This is square root 8x squared. Okay, now my dear, x times x is x squared. I write it wrongly. Sorry, it's not plus, it's times, okay? So my dear, this is 9x. So 2, square root 8, 8. Can I square root 8? Actually, I can. I write nicely for you guys, okay, my dear? So this is square root 8. Wait, I write nicely. 9x plus 2. Square root 8, what can I do? Okay, I do, okay. If you own this calculator, you straight away press, you get it. But, just in case some of you guys don't own it, never mind, I manually do for you. Do square root x, 2 square root x, right? I don't think 8 you can square root it. You try. Square root 8 is decimal, so cannot. So 8 actually, can they divide by a perfect square? Yes. 8, isn't it, can divide by 4? So isn't it, I can write 4 times 2. Makes sense, 4 times 2, 8, right? And then I can square root the 4. Square root 4 is what? Square root 4 is 2. But can I square root the 2 at the back? No. So it can become 4 sub 2. So this part I can write become 4 sub 2. And look carefully, guys. You square root the 8, you'll become 4 sub 2. Okay? But then if you square root the x squared, they can cut. So you will actually left a single x here. Understand or not? Okay, so I just do the square root 8 first. 2 square root 8 become 4 sub 2. Then the square root, I will also square root for the x square. So square root and square cut. I only left a single x. Can you see what I say? Okay. If you don't understand, comment below. So my dear, this is 1 plus sub 2. So up to here, how do I continue? Remember, this question wants you to show x. So you only want a single x. So these 2x, press calculator. Cannot, you're going to manually doing it, right? It's cert. So these 2x, you cannot really combine them, but you can factorize it. You pull out the x, you pull out the x. So x will be plus times. Move it over, divide. Now, my dear, isn't it this is whatever I'm getting until x answer? So, my dear, don't tell me, teacher, why cannot get the answer yet? Because not yet done. Why not yet done, my dear? Because do you remember, until here, I confirm already, this question is under cert, my dear. Everything testing you about cert. So up to here, guys, how do you guys continue? Remember, cert questions, the denominator cannot have cert. So you're going to make the denominator cert disappear. How do you guys make the denominator cert disappear? You guys need to rationalize it. Do you guys remember cert? You guys learned a formula, which is this one, a very important formula. Cert A plus B times cert A minus B. Okay, they will actually become, as long as these two brackets look exactly the same, 1 plus 1 minus, you no need like that. No need. You just take the first one times first one. Cert A times cert A is actually A. Take the second one times second one. Positive times negative, negative. B times B, B squared. Now, this is how you guys expand it. Whenever these two brackets, one positive, one negative, okay, you can actually rationalize it. So same for now, my dear. So now you want to rationalize it, right? You guys can conjugate it. So the bottom, you guys will times 9 minus 4 sub 2. Because you want to make the bottom disappear. Most important is the bottom, I don't want the cert. So when the bottom times this, the top, you will times the same thing. Need to times the same thing. Like that only fair, right? Okay, let's look at the bottom, everyone. So the bottom one, my dear, because 1 is plus, 1 is minus. Isn't it exactly can use this formula? So when you're using this formula, you just take the first one times the first one, 9981. You just take the second one times the second one, negative, positive, negative. 4, 16. Cert 2 times cert 2, 2. Okay, the bottom done. Then the top left, the top have no choice. The top need to slowly expand. So isn't it 1 times 9, 9. 1 times 4 cert 2, 4 cert 2. Cert 2 times 9, 9 cert 2. Positive 9, negative, negative. Okay, 4 is still 4. So cert 2 times cert 2. Isn't it left a single 2? So the top, what do I left? 9 minus 4 times 2, left 1. Negative 4 cert 2 plus 5 plus 9 cert 2. Positive 5 cert 2. Denominator, 81 minus 6, 16 times 12. I get 49. Guys, happy or not? Why? Yeah, same answer. Isn't it proudly write the word shown? Dun, 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 dun. 5 marks. So where the 5 marks come from? Okay, my dear. The moment you rationalize it, surely have 1 marks. Okay, able to show 1 marks. Okay, my dear? Then when you're doing this part, getting 1 mark. And then do, what is that called? Pythagoras theorem, getting 1 marks. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you think getting square root 8x got 1 marks? I cannot recall, but I will give that. No, nowadays not so easy one. Wait, you sub inside, you expand it, you combine them, you factorize. I think factorize getting 1 mark. Okay, just like that, getting 5 marks. Get everyone? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. And let me know whether I say too fast or anything so that the next video I can go slower or anything like that, okay? I will do adjustment, okay? Question 12, they say, diagram. This is a very good one. Please pay attention, okay? Diagram 8 shows a purple color right angle triangle. So all that is right angle triangle pattern on a net of a rectangular row of paper. So this is a row of paper. And this paper, the height all same one, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. But can you see the width? Dun, 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 dun. So it's actually longer and longer. Feel like it's chapter Form 4, chapter 5. Isn't it feel like it's AP or GP? But not sure, but maybe you can read first, okay? They say, it's given that the length of the base of the first triangle is A. So the base first one is A. And the length of each subsequent base increased by D, guys. Quite obvious, right? Isn't it this question is an AP? AP, GP, AP is plus minus relation, GP is time divide relation. The moment they say increase by D, isn't it plus D? So that means first one is A. Second one is A plus D. Third one is A plus D is A plus 2D. And go on and go on. Isn't it these are AP questions? Let's start from A. Derive. Yes lah. It's a word you don't like anymore lah, okay? So after just now the questions, this is the second derive under paper 1 for 2022 SPM paper. So they say derive the length of the base of the nth triangle is Tn equals to this. Okay, guys, they want you to derive this formula. So I repeat again, whenever they ask you to derive, that is actually a formula. So the formula must be the history of why the formula can be like that. So you need to show it out. So how do you guys show it out, my dear? Okay, let me show you guys. Okay, the concept is like that. Okay, the working is always like that. We cannot do other thing one, okay? Wait, see whether I have enough space or not. Okay, right here, my dear. So first, how do you find T1? Isn't it T1 always called A? That one, nothing you can find out, okay? Then when you do T2, isn't it T2 is actually A plus D? Makes sense, right? I already write it out, okay? So obvious, man. So isn't it T3 will be A plus D plus D? Isn't it will become A plus 2D? Okay lah, legit feel like not enough space. I write here. Okay, here. Okay, my dear? So this is whatever I can write out. So if I try to use the formula T1, okay? So when I do A, if I sub the 1 inside this particular formula, isn't it will become 1 minus 1D. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. 0 plus A. A, same answer. Correct. The next one, if I try to do T2, it will be 2 minus 1D. Isn't it? They will become A plus D. Check. Same. If I try to do T3, so A plus 3 minus 1D. Isn't it I legit can get back A plus 2D? Check. Isn't it same answer again? Thus, Tn will be A plus n minus 1D. Sounds like it's just checking, right? But this is exactly how they derive it. And I'm serious, okay, my dear? So you do all this correctly, 1 marks. All this, okay? You do all this correctly again. Sorry, 1 marks. Okay? So you're able to write this out at the end is worth 1 mark. This is how you guys derive it. Yeah, that is exactly how you guys derive it. Okay? So this is the A. Let's move on B. So B, they say what? On the net. On all those, okay? Read carefully, The 31st purple color triangle is the last triangle. So this is the last triangle. 31st triangle. I expect that one called T31. So this one is T1, this one T2, this one T3. That one is T31. And there's no T32. 31 is last already. So that's the last triangle. And this last triangle, they say the area is 72 cm square. Okay? And now they even tell you, given that A is 30D. So actually A means 30D. That's what I try to provide, okay? So first one, they say find the value for D. How do I find the value for D? Okay, first thing first, my dear. So now you're going to have the progression first. So see, the progression is talking about the width. This one is height, this one is width, okay lah. Let's call it width. So do you guys realize your width is A, and then A plus D, and then A plus 2D, and go on, correct? So that is what you guys know. And then now, I know about the last one. The last one, I just know about their area. But I don't think I want to know about their area. I feel like I care about their width because every single thing is width. So you're going to use the area to find the width out. How do we find area for right angle triangle? So area for right angle triangle, guys, isn't it 1/2 times base times height? Isn't it equivalent to 72? Make sense? So 1/2. The base, I call it B. The height, we all know is 12, equivalent to 72. So move around. 72 times 2 divided by 12. You guys get the base is 12. Okay, so that means the last one is 12. And this 12 is number 31. So isn't it you guys know that T31 is actually 12. So if T31 is actually 12, then the first one is what? The common difference is what? Can terbalik find that. So guys, all is plus minus, so it's AP. APTN formula look like this. Isn't it equivalent to 12? All you guys need to do is sub. So A is A. This one is 31 minus 1. I cannot straight away write 30. I need to write 31 minus 1, okay? So isn't it A, you already know is 30D. So I can write 30D equals to, plus 30D equivalent to 12. So 60D equivalent to 12. I think you guys can straight away getting your D answer. 12 divided by 60. Oh, D is 0.2. So if D is 0.2, I think I'm able to find my A out. My A will be 30 times 0.2. I guys getting A answer is 6. So I think I've done my B1. Just saying the D answer, okay? This D1 done, let's do D2. Okay, the D2 very mind-blowing one. At least from my point of view, I feel like very mind-blowing, okay? So D2, they say, Zoe, want to send a number of row of the paper? Number of row, okay, guys? I hope you guys know. All this is one row. You understand, or like row. Right there. So this is actually one paper. This is one paper, and then you roll it up. Yeah. Okay, done rolling. So this is one row, okay? So Zoom want to send a number of rows. Can you see as, my dear? Of the paper to his friend, okay? Through a courage company. So my dear, those DHL, those are, okay, my dear, send over lah, okay? So my dear, so he want to send, but he want to send a few. So you don't know how many. So this is one row, okay? And this one row got 31 pattern inside, 31 right angle triangle pattern inside, okay? But that is one row lah, okay? So table 2 shows an information related to the parcel delivery charges. So actually, you know, right, all the courier service, courier services need to charge, right? So the delivery charge will be 0 to 2.5 kg is 9 ringgit. Okay, and then for subsequent means following 500 gram, every single 500 gram is 1 ringgit 20 cents. That's what I heard say. So now, if Zoe has 15 ringgit, he only got 15 ringgit, and the mass is heavy because normally when you want to send out thing, you base it actually based on how heavy you are, or maybe sometimes based on the sizes, but now based on how heavy you are. So the mass of the paper per cm square is this much. So every 1 cm square is 4 times 10 power negative 5 kg. That's how heavy you are. Calculate the maximum number of row of paper that can be sent. So I hope you guys know. So this is one row. Yeah. This is one row. So you want to know how many row you can send. Why don't first thing first, you find out one row, what is the weight first. So how do you guys find weight? The mass of one row of paper. Okay, so my dear, how do you guys find that? So look carefully, the mass, how heavy you are, it depends on how many kg. And how many kg depends on how many cm square. So isn't it first, I need to start from area of the paper. And then only I can times the mass of per cm square. I say like that, you guys understand, my dear? So how do you guys find the area of the paper? Isn't it the paper now is you can see the top, Don't tell me teacher, right angle triangle. No, right angle triangle is the pattern, boss. Guys, understand or not? You are a paper, and then the paper on top got right angle triangle shape, like purple color right angle triangle, but you are a paper, boss. You are rectangular. So rectangle, how do I find the area? Isn't it rectangle will be height times base? Isn't it times the mass? The mass, isn't it 4 times 10 power negative 5? Correct? So height, I don't think you guys all got problem. Height, isn't it, is 12. Correct? But base is the problem. The base is what? The base, isn't it, is a plus 2d plus a plus 2d plus blah, 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 plus until all of them. And all of them got how many sections? Can I straight away a times all of them? No, because each section is different because they are APGP. So you need to find all of them, sum up. So all of them got how many sections? 31 sections. You need to find 12 times S31. Isn't it all together? There's 31 sections. You need to find all the 31 sections. And then times 4 times 10 power negative 5. You guys understand, my dear? The area is the height times base. Height is 12, but the base is very long and got 31 sections. So you need to find S31. So remember, you are doing AP. APSN formula look like this. And this one is times. So times 4 times 10 power negative 5. Write nicely, 12 times 31 over 2, bracket 2. So my first one is what? Here, A is 6, D is 0.2. Everything sub accordingly. So A is 6. This one, 31 minus 1. This one, 0.2. Times 4 times 10 power negative 5. Let's press calculator. 2 times 6 plus 30 times 0.2 times 31 divided by 2 times 12 times 4 times 10 power negative 5. Oh, 0.04752. Wait, 31. 31. Divide by 2. No. 2 times 6 plus 30 times 0.2 times 31 divided by 2 times 12 times 4 times 10 power negative 5. I pressed wrongly. Sorry, 1382. Is it like that? Do I press wrongly? Why every single time I press, I get different answer? Wait, I check one more time, last time, okay? Okay, I press 2 times, I get the same amount. So it's this one right here. So guys, this 0.1339 is the mass, okay, per cm. Okay, it's just like that. 0.1339 kg. Every single thing you already convert to kg. So this is for one row. Guys, understand all, my dear, okay? Then after this one, the working all very like chin chai. I see, I feel like it's very chin chai, okay? So guys, now you want to know the maximum number of row of paper that can be sent, right? So first, please understand that you guys only got 15 ringgit, okay? So 15 ringgit, the first 9 ringgit, right, is for 2.5 kg. Okay, let's calculate for the first 9 ringgit. Because definitely 15 ringgit, the first 9 ringgit were 100% fully utilized, okay? So first 9 ringgit, equivalent to 2.5 kg. Why don't we find out 2.5 kg can fit in how many rows? So the number of rows will be 2.5 kg divided by 0.1339 kg per row. Correct? So 2.5 kg can fit in how many 0.1339? Can fit in 18.67. Now, okay, my dear, look, a lot of students wrong. It's exactly because when they see 18.67, they round up. This one need to count very specifically, so you don't round up, you round down, you write the minimum. So minimum, I can get 18 rows from the first 9 ringgit. Quite understandable. Wait, I underline it like that. Okay, first 9 ringgit. So after 9 ringgit, actually I got 15 ringgit. So 15 ringgit tolak 9 ringgit, isn't it? I got the next 6 ringgit. See, 6 plus 9, total 15 ringgit, correct? 6 ringgit can be how many kg? Now look, 6 ringgit, isn't it need to divide by 1.2? So 6 divided by 1.2 is actually 5 of the 1.2. And every single 1.2 is 500 gram. So 5 times 500 gram, isn't it? That means 6 ringgit equivalent to 5 of the 500 gram. Isn't it equivalent to 2,500 gram? Which actually equivalent to 2.5 kg. Oh, another 2.5 kg. So this another 2.5 kg, my dear. So how many number of row I can do in this 2.5 kg? Guys, same amount lah, but never mind. I write the value, same thing for you. So this 2.5 kg divided by 0.1339 kg, isn't it again can do 18.67 row, which minimum lah, can do 18 rows. Okay, so guys, repeat first 9 ringgit can send 18 rows. Next 6 ringgit can send 18 rows. So normally student will tell me, teacher, 36 rows, but they say maximum. You're gonna try to squeeze until the maximum amount of rows you guys can send out. So now you guys need to double check, because after all, just now it's 18.67, 18.67, right? So the working of them doing is like that. Okay, so now this is, I repeat, this 9 ringgit, this one 6 ringgit, total already 15 ringgit. So it already maximized the money already. So now it's just talking about the weight. So actually, do you guys realize that this one is 2.5 kg, this one is 2.5 kg. Total, I got 5 kg in total. So 5 kg, wait, number of rows. So actually, I can 5 kg. So 5 kg divided by 0.1339 kg. 5 divided by 0.1339. Do you guys realize it's 37.3413? Now, you don't tell me, teacher, then I straight away divide just now can. No, because the price is different. So you need to separate, do first. Only at the end, you know in total is 5 kg. Then only you can use 5 kg divided by 0.1339. So do you guys realize it's 37.3 row? And 37.3 row is actually maximum 37 row. So you guys can see here got 18 row, here got 18 row, actually 36 row. And actually can squeeze in one more row because here still got a bit of leftover. Here got a bit of leftover. For those who are not too sure, I can actually double check for you. You see, 18 row, 18 times 0.1339. Actually only using 2.41 kg. Here also times 0.1339. Isn't it 2.41 kg? So 2.41 kg times plus 2.41 kg, isn't it total? Total, I only using 4.82 kg. Correct, my dear? So actually now I can 5 kg. So 5 kg minus 4.82. Yeah, okay. I still got 0.1796 kg. And 0.1796 kg, isn't it can still fit in one more 0.1339 kg. So that's why in total, I can fit in 37 rows. So the answer, you're going to put triple dot, 37 rows. Ta-da-da. Done. 6 marks. So just now, just now the first part already got marks. Okay, just now 3 marks, right? So 6 marks actually divide for these 2 parts. So here, you guys should be getting 1 marks. Okay, getting the D answer 1 marks. Okay, area part, I remember no marks for the area part. Okay, so there go 2 marks, another 4 marks at the bottom. So this part got 4 marks. I remember very well that this part you sub inside correctly, get 2 marks. So these 2 marks is necessary to get. Okay, after you guys getting this, you guys getting 37, getting 1 marks. And then the working here, they don't really care, they care about this part. So you get writing this out, another 1 marks. So there you go, 6 plus 3 marks. This whole question worth 9. Am I following? You guys no respond, I'm very scared. Okay lah, I think you guys can lah. Sure, understand everything I say, okay, right? Okay lah, I think can lah. Okay, you can one. Okay, my dear, you guys left how many days to SPM? I think you guys can. Okay, move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we go? Wow, at section B already. So paper 1 got section A, got section B. Section A, 64 marks. All need to finish it. Section B got 16 marks. Work 3 questions. So it's each of them 8 marks. So out of the 3, you just need to jawab 2. Just choose 2. Okay, so choose your favorite 2 but I will do all lah. So my 13A, they say diagram 9 shows angle theta on the Cartesian plane. The moment you see angle, you should know this under form 5, chapter 6, trigonometry function. So now on the first one, they say on the diagram 9. So on the diagram, you're going to draw inside, label the position negative theta. You know what is negative theta, my dear? I hope you guys all know. Based on what you guys basic, you know lah. Oh, sign, teacher crazy. Isn't it they turn in this way? So this is a positive angle. So you know what is negative angle? Negative angle is turn backwards. So let's see, this one you turn, what is that called? Anti-clockwise. Is it anti-clockwise? Yes, anti-clockwise. So for negative angle, you turn clockwise. This is the meaning of negative theta. So now you want negative theta. So this is theta. So negative theta will turn down the same way. This is negative theta. So can you guys see? Positive theta turn up, negative theta turn down. One is clockwise, one is anti-clockwise. Done. So sketch this out. 1 marks. Easy peasy. Next one, the second part. Hence, state tangent negative theta in terms of P and Q. So angle for negative, I hope you guys remember, only cos, fat queen, will eat away the negative. So only cos will make the negative disappear. All the one with negative like sine and tangent, the negative will go in front. So it's negative tangent theta. How do I do tangent? Tangent isn't it under SOHCAHTO to? To, that means opposite over adjacent. So what's my opposite? What's my adjacent? You guys can draw a right angle triangle out. So you see, this coordinate called PQ, right? That means this is P, this is Q. So when you're drawing this right angle triangle out, right? This is the theta, right? Can? So my dear, here to here is P. So therefore, this is P here. Here to here is Q. Okay? So now you want tangent. Tangent is SOHCAHTO to. To, that means opposite over adjacent. Now, I scared you guys don't know about the basic. 90-degree opposite called hypotenuse. Last one called adjacent. So opposite is Q, adjacent is P. So the answer, negative Q over P. Another 1 marks from here. Done. Can? So this 13A, just 2 marks, super easy one. Let's move on 13B. So they say solve. My dear, this is a solve question. Solve means finding out the answer. So the answer should be like getting whatever unknowns they having. Then now the unknown is called X. From 0 to 360. Must be careful nowadays. They like to play around with this. So look carefully, they want 0 to 360. So how do you guys solve questions? So I always teach my students, whenever you're going to solve sin cos tan questions, you're going to start from same base. So my dear, cos is a queen. Nothing you can change. But you can change the cot. Cot, I know all of you guys know is 1 over tangent. But 1 over tangent have no relation with the cos. So if I'm you, I won't change it to 1 over tangent. Tangent is sine over cos. You guys know, right? Tangent x is actually sine over cos. Therefore, cot is actually cos over sine. Because cot is actually 1 over tangent, which is terbalik of the tangent, which means cos over sine. So this one, I can write it become cos x over sine x. Can? But again, who want fraction? No? So divide, we can move up times. So we can write 2 sine x cos x equivalent to sec 3 cos x. Okay, so all of you remember, you must always start from same base. You can make all of them sine or all of them cos. But now you can't already. Like now you guys cannot change it. Because sine is the king. King cannot change anything. Right? Cos x is a queen. Queen also cannot change anything unless you have a square, or unless you have a square, or unless you have a 2. So double angle or square angle can change, but single angle, sine and cos cannot. Tangent can. Baby can become sine over cos. Tangent x got formula, but sine and cos don't have. So don't have, it's a dual base question. So dual base question, how to do that? So dual base question, a lot of students do wrongly is because they will tell me they cut. You know, the moment you cut, half of your marks disappeared. So don't tell me you cut. You cannot cut, but you can factorize. But if you want to factorize, you're going to move all of them to one side. I don't care which side, one side, my dear. Let's say I move it to the left side. Okay? After I move it to the left side, you cannot divide by cos x, but you can pull the cos x out. So my dear, if I pull the cos x out, the first part, if I pull the cos x, I left 2 sine x. The back part, if I pull the cos x, I left sec 3. This is what I have. Okay, so you see, divide, the cos x disappeared. But if I'm using factorize, the cos x is still there. So the half of the answer is still there, So it's very different one. So please don't tell me you cut. You can only factorize. So remember, if all can be one base, it's the best. But if all cannot be one base, you always left king and queen, which is the sine and cos. So when you left sine and cos, right, don't try to kill one of them. They can live happily ever after. Therefore, please try to use factorize method. So factorize method, you guys will have 2 brackets. So the first bracket will equals to 0. The second bracket will also equivalent to 0. And then move around, I think you guys will be able to get the answer. So x equals to cos, move it over, shift cos. Shift cos 0, I guess getting 90 degree. Please remember, whenever you press shift sine, shift cos, shift tangent, you guys must check your all science teacher crazy. So now my cos is what? 0. You know 0 circle, which one or not? Positive, you guys will circle your own house and playground. Negative, you will circle other people's place. But 0, you will circle everything. So you guys should have 4 answers. So A answer. Now, this kind of basic I expect you guys have. So for this all science teacher crazy, this part is always your theta answer. This part is always 180 minus theta answer. This part is always 180 plus theta answer. And this last part is 360 minus the answer. That's always how you guys find it out for each and every single place, yeah? So now, this A is 90. This one is 180 minus 90. It is still 90 though. This one, 180 plus 90 is 270. This one, 360 minus 90 is still 270. So even though I circle 4, but because they clash the same number, therefore only got 90 and 270. Okay? How about this one? Minus, move it over plus. Times, move it over divide. So my X answer will be cert 3 over 2. Sign, move it over, shift sign. I guess getting the X answer is 60 degrees. So same thing. You like it, you don't like it, please check your all science teacher crazy. So now you're doing what? Sign. And now your sign is what? Square root. So square root actually means what? Square root actually means, square root actually means plus minus. No. Negative, you move it over already. Positive. Okay, my dear. So positive, you guys will circle which one? So again, all science teacher crazy, now your sign is positive. Isn't it A and S? Isn't it A and S? Okay, so my dear, A answer is actually 60. S answer is 180 minus 60, 120. I repeat again, guys, don't tell me plus minus. I know square root normally got plus minus, but because down just now negative, you move it over, it's already positive. So just positive, no need positive, negative, okay? So therefore, there's another 2 answer here. So in total, your X answer will be 60, 90, 120, 270. Done. This 4 answer. 3 marks. Where's the 3 marks? The moment you guys change it, you guys factorize it, 1 marks. Getting the answer, 1 marks. Changing it to cos over sine, another 1 marks. There you go, 3 marks. Can everyone move on? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. They still got C. So C, they say, is given that tangent M equals to P, such that M is a reflex angle. You know what is reflex angle, right? All science teacher crazy. Okay, talk about all the basic first. So guys, 0 to 90 called acute. 90 to 180 called obtuse. Reflex is always 180 degree to 360 degree. We call it reflex. So this is the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. Reflex angle can be on the third quadrant or the fourth quadrant. So, but we don't know which one. So it can be third, it can be fourth. So can you simply guess? No. Actually, you can guess. You can straight away knowing it's third or fourth by checking this one. So think about it, guys. Tangent M now is P. It's not a negative P, it's a positive P. So based on what you guys know about all science teacher crazy, now your tangent is a positive P. So tangent positive is always at your own house and playground. Isn't it A and T? So that means based on the questions, whatever they provide, I know it's either first quadrant or third quadrant. But based on what they stated at the side, it's either third quadrant or fourth quadrant. So which means at the end, they should be on the third quadrant. Because third quadrant is whatever both sides actually similar part. Okay, so the similar part for both. The information show that it can be either at the first quadrant or third quadrant. Based on the reflex angle, they try to tell me it's either third quadrant or fourth quadrant. So first, third, fourth, the only one that's same is third. So that means they are on the third quadrant. So guys, try to draw the third quadrant out. Don't just simply draw it out. Please draw the x-axis, y-axis nicely. And the third quadrant is always at the left side bottom of the origin. Now, this is the third quadrant. This is for the angle called M. Okay? Now they tell you tangent M equals to P. So this kind of question, I always tell my students called ribbon questions. So ribbon questions, my dear, now this is how the total ribbon look like. Sorry, okay, sorry. Something fly out. So my dear, this is how the third quadrant look like. So for the third quadrant, this is the third quadrant. You will draw this out. So based on this one, angle opposite, we call it opposite. 90-degree opposite, we call it hypotenuse. The last one, we call it adjacent. So now you're giving me tangent. Tangent, isn't it under SOHCAHTOA to? To stand for tangent theta equals to opposite over adjacent. So bottom empty is over 1. So straight away I know, my opposite is P. Okay, my opposite is P. My adjacent is 1. My adjacent is 1. So please understand that, guys. When this one is 1, this one is P. Are you able to find out the hypotenuse? I think yes, because they are a right angle triangle. So for a right angle triangle, if you know here 1, here P, you want to find the what? Longest one using Pythagoras theorem. Isn't it p squared plus 1 squared square root it? So this part will be p squared plus 1 square root. Okay? So when you thought everything done, no. Always student wrong. It's because of this. Everyone look. So this basic, my dear. Now, look at this part, guys. So this is the origin. So origin right side, positive. Origin left side, negative. So this one positive horizontally, this one negative horizontally. Then for the up and down, up is definitely positive. Down is definitely negative because origin up is always positive. Origin down is always negative. Make sense, right? So same for this length is positive. This length, it should be negative. But remember, all the slanted one is positive all the way. So can everyone now look at your third quadrant? Can you see your third quadrant? This part is negative, this part is negative, this should be positive. So when you come back to this question, the 1 need to put a negative in front. Definitely you guys forget one. So you need to remember to add on a negative for the 1 because you're on the origin left side. Can you see? Origin is here. Your left side of origin should be negative 1. And then origin bottom isn't it should be negative p. So a lot of students, because of this, you didn't draw it correctly, you didn't put a negative correctly. I think this question is 100% correct. 100% wrong, okay, my dear? Because you didn't draw it correctly, okay? So my dear, now they say cos pi over 3 minus m in term of m. Okay, how do you guys do this? Now, please don't tell me what open bracket. Who teach you one, my dear? This one got formula one, hello. This one is cos a plus minus b. So the formula is cos a cos b. Do I memorize it correctly? Yes, it's cos a cos b. So cos a cos b minus plus sine a sine b. This formula SPM provided. Wait, write nicely. Now, my dear, for sine cos tangent, if they want to plus minus, this is how you guys do it. Okay, let's use the formula. So cos pi over 3 cos m. Now, you are minus. I hope you guys all know minus is the bottom sign. This one using the bottom sign, this one also using the bottom sign. And this side, the bottom sign is a plus. Don't tell me, teacher, why is it a plus? The formula is like that one, my dear, okay? It's a plus. So this one is sine m. I drink water. Okay, so cos pi over 3. Do we really press cos pi over 3? No, we only press sin constant with degree. So pi over 3 in degree is how much? You can convert back to degree. Times 180 divided by pi. Pi and pi kakala, 60 degree. So let's press. Cos 60 is 1 over 2. Cos m, okay, cos m I can sub for you, cos m. So guys, remember cos is under SOHCAHTOA. Ka is adjacent over hypotenuse. So my adjacent for m is negative 1. My hypotenuse for m is square root p square plus 1. Don't scare. Exactly is this ugly. Next one. Sine, this one, this value is 60 degree. Sine 60. So guys, sine 60, okay, supposing you need to memorize a formula down. So sine 60 degree is actually sec 3 over 2. It's actually sec 3 over 2 for sine 60, okay? Then sine m, sine m isn't it again, based on SOHCAHTOA. So this one, sine is under SO. So it's opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is negative p. Hypotenuse is square root p squared plus 1. Okay, it's square root p squared plus 1. Okay, my dear, I want to say, okay, for those people who feel like, teacher, sine pi over 3, teacher, I pressed calculator, I couldn't get sec 3 over 2. That's because you're not using this version of calculator. If you're pressing this version, sine 60, okay, you will get decimal. Okay, my dear, if this calculator, you will straight away get sec 3 over 2. But if you're not using this version calculator, actually no need to scared, okay? All of you guys look, for those who are using, not this white color version. So my dear, this 570EX. So you're not using this, never mind. It's fine one, it's fine one. No need to change calculator one. So isn't it you guys getting 0.8660 something like that, right? So whenever you guys getting all this, no need to scared, okay? What you should do is you can try to square it. You square it, you will know what will it become. So you try to square it, you enter. After you square it, do you realize you get 3 over 4? Make sense? But now you legit one is this one. You never want the square. So the square is just trying to show you that you can move it back to that side. It can become square root. So you square root the 3, you square root the 4. Wow, isn't it sec 3 over 2? So for those who cannot straight away getting the answer, actually you can, think backward. So normally those sine 60, sine 120, sine 90 all got value one. And their value is quite easy one. Maybe just mix with surd. So if you mix with surd, you press your calculator couldn't get a surd form because your calculator just couldn't support that lah. But it's fine one, okay? You just try to square it every single time. You try to square it, you write it down, and then you try to move the square to that side, they will become a surd form straight away. Good tips, my dear. So now let me try to expand it. So top times top, bottom times bottom. Same for another one. Top times top, positive, negative, negative already. Surd 3p over 2 surd p squared plus 1. Wow, guys, their denominator is the same. I can write them together. 2 surd p squared plus 1. The top I got minus 1 minus surd 3p. Dun, 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 dun. This is exactly how the answer looked like. I know quite ugly, but this is how it looked like. This one worth 3 marks. So guys, if you're able to do this correctly, 1 mark. No, 2 marks straight away from here. 1 mark. No, shouldn't be, sorry. This one 1 marks. You doing the formula correctly, 1 marks, and then getting the final answer, 1 marks. This graph actually no marks one. But then I still draw it out every single time because I feel like drawing it out correctly, only able to sub in correctly. Done. Okay? Feel like low chance you guys will choose this question because this question normally not very good. Never mind, you guys still got next question. Move on lah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, 14. I already know which chapter. Right now, they say, diagram 10, this one, shows a curve of quadratic function. Yeah lah. Correct lah. A chapter that not too hard, maybe you forget only. Form 4, chapter 2, quadratic function, that chapter's name. So diagram 10 shows a curve of a quadratic function, this one. So this is the equation. Such that h and k are constant. The curve has a minimum point at t. So this t is the minimum point. Okay, my dear? This chapter you need to know quite a lot of stuff. So A, determine the range of values of x, of fx bigger than 0. So guys, you want to find the range of x when fx more than 0. So actually fx more than 0, quite easy, This curve exactly called this fx. Right? This is the fx equation, right? So they say fx more than 0. Guys, isn't it same like, which question? The normal distribution question just now I did. So do you guys still remember for this one? When you draw a happy face, when you say the equation is more than 0, you will sketch up. So when you sketch up, whether you can see a bow shape or cannot see a bow shape. Can see a bow shape, sketch inside the bow. Cannot see the bow shape, sketch the side. Usually you guys will sketch the side. Same for now. You draw a happy face, you tell me fx more than 0. So fx more than 0, sketch up. So up, isn't it you guys will sketch here and here. So I can straight away tell you the answer is this 2 part. Because the graph they already draw out. Haven't draw out, then maybe you need to draw. But already draw out, straight away refer, my dear. So I know the answer is on the left side of -2. But the problem is I don't have this one. But can I find that one? Yes. You know why or not? I hope you guys all know. The maximum minimum point, I already know a value of it. Because of this middle line, we have a name for it. You guys still remember? The straight line cut the whole curve into half. We call it axis of symmetry. Remember, right? So now your axis of symmetry is x equals to -1/4, which means your minimum point, the x is -1/4. But the y don't know lah. Just know the x is -1/4, okay? So axis of symmetry is in the middle, right? If they're right at the middle, this one is -2. Let's say this one called A. So -2 and A, midpoint is definitely -1/4. Therefore, it means this -1/4, it can be the left side value plus the right side value divided by 2 because you are definitely the midpoint of both of them. So -2 and A plus together divided by 2, getting the midpoint. So now, I think you can move around to get the A answer already. So my dear, divide by 2, move it up times 2. Okay lah, never mind, I straight away cross multiply lah. So my dear, cross multiply. -1 times 2, -2. 4 times -2, -8. 4 times 8, 4/8. So -8, move it over plus 8, isn't it 6? Times 4, move it over divided by 4. Are you guys getting, this part is actually 3/2. So therefore, you are sketching here and here, correct? So your answer will be x smaller than -2, comma, x more than 3/2. That. Here 1 marks, doing this working out 1 marks. There you go, 2 marks. Find the range of value of x. Very easy thing. So this one done. Let's move on. B. It is A. B. B, they say what? Prove. Wow, need to write the word proven. Prove what? Prove this. Wow, guys, something with bigger, smaller sign. How do I do something with bigger, smaller sign, my dear? So now that all the questions have no bigger, smaller sign, suddenly you can mix with a bigger, smaller sign. Definitely you should remember type of roots. I hope you guys all remember. Only type of roots got bigger, smaller sign, right? If not, how do you suddenly prove something with bigger, smaller sign, correct? So if I'm you, I would think about b squared minus 4ac. Still remember that? Then this question, you guys will use b squared minus 4ac more than 0. Why more than 0? Because you guys still remember b squared minus 4ac got 3 types. More than 0, equal to 0, and less than 0. Equal to 0 is when they touch 1 point. Less than 0 is when they does not touch. More than 0 is when they touch 2 points. So do you guys realize you guys exactly this curve? Touch the axis at 2 points. So whenever you touch 2 points, touch 2 points, we will be using b squared minus 4ac more than 0. So look, my dear, this is the curve equation. So you already have the curve equation, and the curve touching the x-axis at 2 points. So x-axis equation is what? X-axis equation is actually y equals 0. But now the y, they don't call it y, they call it fx. It means fx equals 0. So this is the red color equation. So now you should sub the red color one inside. So 0 equals to 2x squared plus hx minus 2k plus 5. So when you sub inside, this is the general form. Once you guys got the general form, x squared in front is the a, x in front is the b. Those without x is your c. So you plan to use the formula b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0. All you guys need to do is sub inside. So the b is h, the a is 2, the c is negative 2k plus 5, bigger than 0. Try to expand it. h squared. 4 times 2, 8. This one I later expand. Do step by step, don't rush. H squared. Negative, negative, positive 16k. Negative, positive, negative 40, bigger than k. Okay, now the question want to find what? K. So my dear, the rest you just move. Negative 40, move it over positive 40. Plus h squared, move it over minus h squared. So times 16, move it over, divide by 16. Well, yeah, I got it. Isn't it proudly write the word? Proven. Done. So guys, how many marks? 2 marks. Wait, the moment you sub in correctly, 1 marks. Getting the answer out correctly, 1 marks. Getting the answer out correctly, 1 marks. Done. That is 2 marks for B. Let's move on. C. How long is my video up to here? Feel like it's very long already, my dear. C. Using the method of completing the square. Yeah lah, guys. Your favorite to coming out, my dear. Guys, I do have one very old video during COVID that by completing a square, I only teach 2 steps. But actually nowadays, you must have 3 steps. You cannot skip the step, okay? Must have 3 steps, okay? That time can, but now cannot anymore. So my dear, now they say, using the method of completing a square, find the minimum value. Do you guys remember? Value represent what? The y. So you already have the minimum x, but you need to find the minimum y out. So you need to find the minimum y of fx. So how do you guys do it? They already say, using completing the square. So my dear, need to do completing a square. Let me write out the original curve equation first. Okay, so you need to do completing a square. Okay, completing a square, guys, got 3 steps. What's the first step? The a must be positive 1. So this now, the a is 2. Don't tell me divide by 2. How can you divide by 2 when the side is fx? If it's 0, maybe you can, but if it's fx, cannot, So cannot divide by 2, but you can factorize it. Factorize seems as divide. Divide is straight away disappear, Factorize is like, you put it outside first, you go outside first, something like that, okay? Just put that person outside first. So 2, you pull out x squared. Remember, you pull out means everyone divide by 2. You don't just pull for fun, my dear. The next person pull out 2, h over 2. The next person pull out 2, left k. The last person pull out 2, 5 over 2. Okay, my dear, done pulling out 2. That is my first step. Wait, I should put a first here. Then after the first step, second step, hopefully you guys all remember the second step. The second step is after the A, after the B. Okay, you will need to plus B over 2 squared minus B over 2 squared. And then the C continue to be there. This pink color one is standardized form, plus B over 2 squared minus B over 2 squared. So last time the one I teach exactly don't have this, but now this is necessary to write out. Okay, so B over 2. What's your B now? Your B now is H over 2. So you need to write H over 2, H over 2. Don't tell me, teacher, over 2 again. No choice, your B got over 2, the formula got over 2, then got double over 2, okay, my dear? So this is the second step. Now, let's do the third step. Guys, remember, the third step, they will become big bracket square minus small bracket square plus C. Big bracket square minus small bracket square plus C, okay? So the back one is still the same. Remember, the big bracket square, right, is always the first 3 person who come inside. And I always tell my students, it's the one who wearing a cap will be invited in. So only the one with square can come inside. So when they go inside, they will take off the cap. So no more square, only left X. Then it's H over 2 over 2. Now, my dear, I manually do for you. You don't straight away write H over 2 over 2. So ugly, don't, my dear. H over 2 over 2, okay? You cannot press calculator, right? If you can, you will press. So cannot, never mind. I make it become primary school divide. So think about it. This also divide. This also divide. What difference? No difference. So H over 2 divide by 2. So I like this divide a lot is because they can become times. So nothing at the bottom, isn't it, is over 1. So 2 over 1, you terbalik upside down, isn't it become 1 over 2? So top times top, bottom times bottom, isn't it you guys are getting H over 4? So this part will be H over 4 here. Same for here, this one just copy from the top, H over 4. So this 3 step is fixed one. Always do like that. You don't careless, positive, negative, don't wrong, everything will be fine. So this is what I done about completing a square. So this big bracket square never expand, my dear, just stay like that. But the back one can. So square, H you squared it, H squared. 4 you squared it, 16. Minus K plus 5 over 2. But remember, guys, whenever you're doing this vertex, whenever you guys doing completing a square, you never want this big bracket. So at the end, you will times the 2 back in for everyone. So 2 times in. Can't really times in because there's a square, so you write outside. Then 2 times this one, H squared over 8. Then 2 times this one, negative 2K. Then 2 times this one, 5. Okay, that is what I get. So with what I get, my dear, do you guys realize this is already a vertex form? So why we always want a vertex form? Because vertex form can pull the informations out. Let's start from A. Your A is 2. 2 is what? Positive. Positive is what? Happy face. Happy face is what? Minimum point. So legit the question already draw happy face by minimum point, right? Then this H, this spot, okay, this P spot is H over 4. H over 4 pull out is negative H over 4. Remember, okay, when you pull out for this part, positive always become negative. Negative always become positive. And your Q is whatever behind. So what is behind now? Wow, got one whole series of things. So pull out the whole thing. So this whole thing is your Y value. Now, this is whatever you guys having so far. So this is your minimum point answer. But obviously, you don't want answer like that. You want the answer like they just say in term of K. So I don't think you want in term of H. So how do you guys do the H there, my dear? So the questions are when you're doing it, right? They already tell you the minimum X is negative 1 over 4. But when you do yourself, your minimum X is negative H over 4. So isn't it these two should be the same? So if these two should be the same, negative 1 over 4 should be same as negative H over 4. Negative, negative, positive. Over 4, cut. Isn't it H will be 1? So, if H will be 1, then the minimum value will just be the back one, which is negative H squared over 8 minus 2K plus 5. Because the Y value is your minimum value. And then you already know your H value is 1. So then you can sub 1 inside. So I press calculator, negative 1 over 8 plus 5. I guess getting 39 over 8 minus 2K. Yes, that is your minimum value. 4 marks. Done. How leh? What do you feel leh? This question got easier than trigger or not? You feel like you just need to know everything, okay? Okay, guys, these are 4 marks, right? Let me see. Now, this one definitely got 1 marks. This plus B over 2 square minus B over 2 square always got 1 marks. Don't lose these marks, okay, my dear? And then getting your H answer comparing correctly get 1 marks. Getting this answer definitely got 1 marks. Getting the vertex form correctly definitely got 1 marks. So it's not the one with the big bracket. Need to expand the big bracket, only got 1 marks. There you go, all 8 marks. Okay, last question of the day. Are you ready? Please don't give up, okay, my dear. I will come out a whole series of all the past year paper. You just try your best to practice non-stop. NMAX is a subject that you spend how much time on it, it will return how much marks to you, okay? So you see those people, they get very good result, right? Because they spend a lot of time to it. So you haven't get that result is because you haven't spent that much of time yet, okay, my dear? don't give up, okay, my dear? So let's move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Next one, last one, 15. I don't know what you feel. I already can see how much I hate about this question. So 15a, they say, diagram 11 shows a line segment AC. AC. Then they say, it's given that B divides AC in the ratio MN. So my dear, B divide AC in the ratio MN. They say A first, only say C. So the A side is M, the C side is N. The sequence lah, they say lah, okay? Now they say show. Show what? Show this. Do you know this thing? Like the one that you can see here is actually the formula. Do you remember the ratio formula? Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, this question under Form 4, Chapter 7. That chapter called what? Coordinate geometry. A very easy chapter, mathematics also learn. So my dear, actually now I see the whatever they asked me to show actually does look like the ratio formula. Do you guys remember the ratio formula? nx1 plus mx2 over n plus m. ny1 plus my2 over n plus n. Exactly is this formula. So the moment they ask me to show that time, do you realize they asked me to show the y part? Correct? So actually same as derive it. So this paper one itself got 3 derived questions. Okay, guys, all see that? So they actually want you to derive this. So this one derive also very standardized. So actually how this formula come out is based on ratio. So how do we do ratio? So all guys look at AB, BC, the ratio is only MN. Correct? They say A to C, B divide AC in MN. So A part is M, C part is N. So AB, BC is MN. So I always teach my students, ratio can always write as a fraction. Isn't it equivalent to M over N? Okay? So how do I do A, B, B, C there? Look carefully, guys. All the questions now only care about Y. So please only focus on Y. No need to focus on X. So how do I find AB? So AB, my dear, okay, I can actually finding the distance between A to B. So A, wait, A is here, B is here. So the Y here, the Y here is Y. The Y here is Y1. Isn't it Y minus Y1 is the gap in between. So Y minus Y1 gap, and the gap here, the gap here is BC. So BC, this is Y2, this is Y. So isn't it Y2 minus Y will equivalent to M over N? You understand all? That means the gap here ratio is come with M. The gap here ratio is come with N. And the gap, I just using the top one minus the bottom. This one, I'm using the top one minus the bottom. So when using the top minus the bottom, every single thing using top minus bottom, don't suddenly terbalik direction now, okay? So with this, my dear, how do I continue? So with this working, my dear, now I cross multiply. So M times Y, NY. M times Y1, NY1. M times Y2, MY2. M times Y, MY. Okay, you feel like, teacher, why are you doing all this, my dear? Then I just mix them together, right? I just using whatever makes sense, the whole way is ratio. So now look carefully. Your final answer, you need a single Y. Where do I get single Y? Actually, here got Y, here got Y. So one on left, one on right. It's not what I want, right? I want them on the same side, right? So why don't you guys just move it to the same side? Then this one is MY2. So minus, move it over plus. This is exactly how you can derive it, okay? I do have one video talking about derive, and this is inside, I remember. So my dear, now, Y and Y, you guys can factorize it out. So this one is N plus M. Already can see the answer, right? So Y equivalent to times. Move it over, become divide. Yay! Isn't it exactly can show the same one? Sequence may be different, but not important lah. Exactly can show lah. So isn't it 2 marks, my dear? So you're able to write the ratio out, they will give you 1 marks. Moving around with factorization, give you another 1 mark. That is the 2 marks. That. Understand all? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, B, they say. It's given that P, move. Guys, the moment you see the word move, you should know this question definitely talking about locus. Can you see the word locus? Legit is locus. So they say it's given that P move such that it is him. Him is who? Him is P. So P distant from R. Now, my dear, a lot of students they do wrongly is because they think too much. They will start to talk about P distant from R is 2.5 times is distant from y-axis. Then you will start to think about this one is this one 2.5. This one is, my dear, you don't try to think. The moment you not every single time you think definitely wrong lah, but majority of the student will be wrong. So you guys better just directly write, which I highly recommend you directly write. So look, so they say P, no, They say its distance from R, isn't it PR? Okay, they say PR is equal 2.5 times 2.5 times. 2.5 times what? Its, who is P again, distance from y-axis. Y-axis I put y, isn't it PY? So isn't it from this sentence I know they try to tell me PR equals to 2.5 PY. And do I understand anything? No, I just directly translate, P distance from R, PR, is equal 2.5, 2.5. P distance from Y, PY. So PR is 2.5 PY. Make sense? So now, how do I do it? So locus only got two methods to do. First, either using distance formula. Second, using perpendicular. Do you see the word perpendicular? No, I think definitely using distance. So distance formula is like that. Square root y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. There's distance formula. Same apply for the other side. Y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square. Okay, don't tell me, teacher, y-axis how to do. Never mind, you chill. I will teach you. Okay, my dear? So from here, left side is PR. How do I do PR? This is coordinate for P. This is coordinate for R. Just sub. So isn't it y minus negative 1 over 2 square plus x minus 3 over 2 square. Okay, another side is talking about PY. So guys, P is still talking about the same coordinate, this one. Okay, how about Y? Wait, this one, rub it off. So guys, Y, they never say Y is a coordinate. They say Y is a Y-axis. So Y-axis got any characteristic or not? Yes. Y-axis, X equals 0. So the X is definitely 0. Then the Y-axis value, you just put Y. Because the Y will keep changing based on the particle moving point, based on the moving point P. So which is Y, okay? So now I guess we'll be using these two values. So Y minus Y, Y minus Y actually will become 0 plus X minus 0 square. This is exactly how you guys do it. So I always tell my students, whenever left side, right side, both sides got cert, don't tell me cut. How can you cut when there's a 2.5 there? The 2.5 don't have cert, so it's unfair to the 2.5. So the easiest way is everyone add a square. So square root and square cut. Square root and square cut. But the 2.5 need to be square. So 2.5, if I square it, I will get 25 over 4. I will get 25 over 4. So here, what do I left? Y minus Y, 0. 0 you squared it is 0. Then X you squared it is X squared. How about the left side? Y, negative, negative, positive. This one, X minus 3 over 2 square. Now this is whatever I have so far, okay? Now only I slowly expand. Square, shortcut method, 3 things come out. Y square. Positive, positive, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 4. Middle using 2 times this is a single Y. Okay, this basic guys should know shortcut method. X square. Negative, negative, positive. 3, 3, 3, 3, 9. 2, 2, 4. 2 times this, negative 3x in the middle. And this one I left 25 over 4x squared. So my dear, remember, locus answer where got people want fraction or. So if I'm you, I will everyone times 4. So this one times 4 got 4. This one times 4. This one times 4, no more denominator. This one times 4. This one times 4. This one times 4. And this one times 4 as well. Now, this is whatever I get it. Remember, locus answer can be very long, but it's always equivalent to 0. So every single thing move it to one side. Sequence not important, not that I know lah. So I will simply write, so normally I write y squared. So this one 4y. So 4x squared minus 25x squared, negative 21x squared. And then negative 12x. The leftover is number. 1 plus 9, isn't it, will be a 10. Remember, can simplify. 4, 4, 12, 10, all can get by 2, but 21 cannot. So nothing I can do lah. This is exactly how the answer look like. Done. Be done. You feel like, wow, teacher, be very easy. Teacher, I feel like I will choose this question. Actually, this question is seriously easier compared to the first two. But this question got the derived part. So provided you know the derived one. If you don't know the derived one, actually choosing this question, maybe you cannot score full also. Okay, move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Question C. Last part, C. Actually, if you ask me, I will do trigo. My trigo is quite good, right? Okay, so you guys better train your trigo, and I will do completing a square. I will actually not choosing this though, even though this is easy, but this is at the back. Okay, so my dear, that is my choice. So 15, they say, diagram 12 shows the point PQRS. I can see that, PQRS. P is here, Q is here, R is here, S is here. The W is something I think not important though. Given that W move, such that its distance from P and R is always equal. Listen guys. They say the W move. So they move where? So can you guys see they already put a dot line. So the dot line is where the W move. Can you see the W is not moving circle. It's moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. And the W move such that its distance from P and R are always equal. You know or not? If a point you can move forever same point with 2 point that means you are okay. Wait, maybe you don't understand. So my dear, okay, all of you guys look. If this is P, this is okay. Shouldn't using this color. Sorry. Green. If okay like that. If this is P, if this is R, if I say I'm a point that okay. Let's say W is a point that always this same distance from P and R. Isn't it that W will be the midpoint? Correct. So that is a point, but that is provided W stand there forever. You stand there forever, then your distance between P and R is always the same. But if you tell me you keep moving, you can still be the same, then you can only move in a straight line. And your straight line cannot move like that. You imagine if you move like that, if your W stand here, isn't it you get nearer to P but further from R? If you stand here, isn't it you get nearer to R but further from P? So no, right? So if I tell you W can move on a line, yet you must still fulfill the characteristic of same distance from P and R, you must be moving like this. And it's always called perpendicular bisector. Remember the word. Perpendicular bisector. So first, bisector. Okay, first, what is the meaning of perpendicular? Perpendicular, that means you're 90 degree. So 90 degree, that means you won't sengit to one side. You won't sengit to one side. You're always standing tegak. So if you stand straight, isn't it, that means you're 90 degree all the way. And bisector, that means you will cut them into half. So if you cut them into half, isn't it the left side and the right side same length? So that means you forever same distance from left and right. I show you why. That means you stand here that time. Isn't it to the left, to the right, you are still the same distance. So even though you stand here, to the left, to the right, isn't it your distance is still the same? So that means whenever they can tell you they stand on a straight line, yet they can be same distance from 2 points, that means that line is 100% called perpendicular bisector. Okay, so that means, guys, if I now connect P and R, here 100% is 90 degree. And the left side and the right side, definitely same distance. Okay, that is how W move. Okay, that's the basic that you guys need to know. Next, if the area of the quadrilateral PQRS is 60. So guys, quadrilateral area PQRS is 60. So PQRS, this pink color one, okay? The area is 60. Okay, now fine. Find the y-intercept of the straight line PQ. So guys, y-intercept of the straight line PQ, actually you look at PQ, isn't it PQ y-intercept is exactly this point. So this y-intercept, let's call it C. So I think coordinate P you guys can write out. Isn't it called 0C? Because y-intercept, X is always 0. So isn't it the coordinate called 0C? Okay. So guys, now, do you realize that you have the point for Q? You have the point for S. You actually want to find the point for P. Even though you don't have the point for R, I think it's quite easy to do. Actually, the perpendicular bisector is not very important. I legit can find already. Don't tell me your teacher, the perpendicular bisector teacher, maybe you can use midpoint. No, because you don't have the middle point. So you don't have the middle point, you cannot using midpoint for you to find the P. And most important, you also don't have R. So some student will tell me 90 degree. 90 degree can't help though, because even though you can find a gradient for this, but you couldn't find a gradient for this also, because you don't have any point on this straight line. So you couldn't do that also. So all the wording they try to give you is just try to confuse you. The only thing that important is the area. So area is 60, but the area you can't do PQRS because you don't have coordinate R. So actually if they are balanced, okay, because just now they try to tell you you are equal. So the equal just try to tell you that this part, okay, here and here are balanced. So if here and here are balanced, you cut like that. Isn't it that means this pink color one and this pink color one, same size? So if they are same size, my dear, that means the area for one side, let's say PQS, isn't it will be 30. Understand now, my dear? The whole pink color supposedly is 60. But because you tell me W move up and down equally, so they equal, that means they are perpendicular bisector, so they will cut the whole pink color to half. So they cut the whole pink color to half, the left side, right side, 30, 30 each side. Understand? So now, what can you guys do? You guys can use your area formula. You guys still remember your area formula under coordinate geometry. So you're talking about PQS, 3 point, write 3 coordinate vertically. And write the first one again. arrow going down first. Isn't it equivalent to 30? Okay, sabi saya 1/2. The first point, 212. Okay, you can turn clockwise, you can turn anti-clockwise, but I hope you guys have this basic that if you turn clockwise, your answer will 100% be negative. If you turn anti-clockwise, your answer will 100% be positive, okay? So actually, if you lazy to do both, if you lazy to do plus minus later on, you should straight away turn anti-clockwise. 100% your answer will only have one answer. You can straight away write down the answer. Because anti-clockwise, answer coming out is always positive, okay? That means you no need to write modulus anymore, you know. If you turn anti-clockwise like that, okay, you no need to write modulus already because 100% the answer come out is correct because they turn anti-clockwise. Okay, so do you trust me on that? Okay lah, you can try to do clockwise. Okay, you do clockwise, then you will have two answers. Then from the two answers, you need to reject one of it. Okay, or if you smarter, you can straight away do anti-clockwise. You can straight away writing out the final answer. No need to do both already. But never mind, I try to show you lah. Okay, so 212. I try clockwise. So clockwise 212. Next one 89. Next one 0C. Next one 212 again. Equivalent to 30. Okay. So my dear, 1/2. Okay, later on only I move lah. Okay. Okay, guys, this part will have 1 marks. You don't lose the marks. Okay. Arrow going down, right? Even though 2, 9, 18, you feel like writing 18, but you cannot write 18. You're gonna write 2 times 9. Yeah lah, that's how stupid it is. My dear, 8 times C. 0 times 12. This is the working that necessary to show to get the marks. Okay, because this is the 1 marks for the formula. So this part is the formula, not this one, you know. This one is the formula. Okay, now moving up. 12 times 8 plus 9 times 0 plus C times 2 equals to 30. Wait, I feel like moving to here a bit. Okay, equals to 30. Okay, quite nice. Okay, so guys, times 1/2, move it over, divide by 1/2. It should be 60 here. So 2, 9, 18, 8 times C, 8C. Minus 12 times 18, 12 times 8, 96. Then 2 times C, 2C. The modulus still there. Equals to 60. Can so modulus, you can bring it over to that side, become what? Plus minus. So you see, if you just now do anti-clockwise, you no need to write plus minus because the modulus no need to even write. But now you do clockwise, then you better do plus minus lah. So 18 minus 96, negative 78. 8C minus 2C, 6C. Need to do both, guys. I write here, okay, a bit no space at the bottom. One is a positive 60. One is the working of negative 60. Can move around 6C. Minus 78, move it over plus 78. Times 6, move it over, divide by 6. 23. Another one, 6C. Negative 60 plus 78, 18. Times, move it over, divide 3. So guys, answer is 3 or 23. Of course, it's 3. Why? Because this X value is 2 here. This Y value is 12 here. You are below 12. How is it possible you 23 my dear? So isn't it your answer is your C must below 12. Therefore, your C answer, isn't it, should be 3. So remember, this part worth 1 marks. This answer, getting it worth 1 marks. Combine them together, important, man? No. Writing this out, get 1 marks lah. Where is the 3 marks? I also not too sure. Like that, my dear. Just like that. Done. Everyone, so far so good? Hope you guys understand every single thing I say. Don't understand, just try to rewatch the part that you don't understand. I'll try to put all the questions division out so you guys can play the part that you don't understand, okay? So comment below, try to tell me any part that you don't understand, or maybe I should say slower, or maybe I shouldn't say so many basic, but because whenever I do all the questions, I feel like maybe you don't know about the basic, maybe I should say more. I don't know. I think the video will be very, very long, okay? But hopefully you guys understand it. Just like that for today. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.